Welcome to Cranky Live, the show where bold minds meet real talk. This isn't your average sports or news show. It's where we break down sports, culture, and controversy with facts, fire, and fearless honesty. Here, truth cuts through the noise, and hype gets exposed. From football to track and field, from world issues to local debates, we ask the tough questions, speak without fear, and go deeper than the headlines. We don't follow the crowd, we set the trend. While others recycle the same tired takes, we bring fresh insight, unfiltered analysis, and bold perspectives. No echo chambers, no puppet talk, just real conversation for people who think for themselves. Listen with your brain, not just your ears. Think critically, question boldly, and speak freely. This is Cranky Live, where reason rules the mic and truth always win. Come on, let's get into it. Good morning. You guys know I don't do these type of shows, you know. I can't remember doing a morning show this early ever, actually. It's Saturday, it's October 11th. It's the day after Jamaica crashed and burned in Curaçao. We have all had a chance to sleep, rest, and woke up to the same nightmare. Nothing has changed. We still lost. And those World Cup dreams have now been put more on hold, and our realism is starting to hit us. Welcome back to the Balanced View and Cranky Live channels. Good morning, Chorus. Thanks for joining me this early. I didn't expect a lot of people to come onto the channel, but it's all good. This is just me here to provide my perspective, provide my views, have some discussion, engage, bless up, determine. We're going to talk about Jamaica's shocking loss yesterday to Curaçao in the World Cup qualifier. And this result have left, fans have been very frustrated, some confused, and some asking what the heck is going on with the Reggae Boyz. This was supposed to be a game that solidified Jamaica's position in the group. We expect to have, at a minimum, 7 points. And as I said, it turned out to be a reality check. No Bailey, no Gray, no points. But beyond the scoreline, there are many questions to be answered. Tactics, player selection, and does the coach and the technical advisor, because he's not getting excluded from this, know what the heck they're doing? Bless up, Jerome. Bless up, Heart of Love. Yeah, the match give me nightmare, yes. I'll say this. First, two things, actually. One announcement and one point I want to bring out. One is that my soccer team, Unisoc Soccer Club in Brooklyn, New York, is having its 50th, celebrating its 50th anniversary. This is the annual awards event where we award people during the year, not just people who play soccer for the club, but who participate in the community. It should be a good event. It starts at 7, ends at 2. Tickets are $75 per person. I know some of you are cheap and you're going to come because you don't want to pay the $75, but it's a really fun event. We'll have a number of individuals there, some politicians, because it's politics season. Nick Perry, who was the former ambassador of Jamaica, is the guest speaker. I am going to MC the event. We'll have some steel band music, but more contemporary music. We'll have a play, and we have Baby Q as the DJ. So it's a really fun event, really good event. And if you're in the neighborhood and you want to come, and you're not too $75, not too steep for you, then you can link me at the number and we can arrange something. I do have maybe 1 or 2 people from this channel who are actually coming to the event. So if you're in the Brook Tri-State area and it's not too inconvenient for you, don't have previous plans, then come and join the event. Second, I went on Ball Pre-TV on Thursday, I think it was. I was traveling back from New Jersey to New York and discombobulated, walking, driving, whatever, and got on the channel because Rudolph Speed was on, and Rudolph told me he's not doing YouTube anymore, so I was surprised to see him. And first of all, I want to say I appreciate Ball Pre-TV having me on the channel. I know yesterday I mentioned to Odell when he said what he defended me on that channel, that it was a foreign channel. I didn't mean foreign disrespectfully for Ball Pre. The kid is trying to do something positive. He's trying to run his program well, and I support him. I don't want to be taken out of context, and I hope he does really, really well. I thought but I would say this though, when I was there, I felt some pushback across the board from all parties involved, which happens. People think the questions I asked were inappropriate or ill-timed, and that's their perspective. I think the questions I asked manifest themselves in the game yesterday, whether it's decision making, whether it's about the team and their fitness and their playing time or not playing time. They all came through yesterday. And I think if you're a leadership in any organization, whatever questions you come your way, whatever time of the question, you should provide an answer. You can see I can't answer because of XYZ, but I don't think they were. I still, in hindsight, because I always critique my own self when I do things, I look at the question, I thought about the question. I think the questions were really well timed, frankly, but that's just me. So maybe I'm not objective assessing myself, but I do try to be objective and be very self-critical about these things. So it was really interesting, actually, that whole experience. And I said to myself, I may not go back on anybody's platform. I'm going to say I may not go back just because I control my platform and what's happening on my platform, and I can understand others are. And I don't bring a lot of people on my platform, to be honest. Not because I don't respect other people's view, but I know how it can be sometimes. And I had a really bad experience back when I was doing the annual awards, and that let me sort of rethink some of these things. I do bring guests on. I will bring more guests on to talk about different subjects where they have certain expertise. But in terms of people on the channel and being studio panelists with me, it's more challenging for me in terms of how that works. But anyway, I'm not here to talk about all that. But I thought I'd get that out of the way because it's important. Now let's go to the match and sort of recap the game. First thing I'm going to do is listen to the coach because I didn't want to hear from him yesterday. I'll be honest. I didn't play his post-game conference. I didn't want to hear what he has to say. I've said this a while back, and my views haven't changed. In fact, my views have worsened because I think people got euphoria when we played the last two games against Bermuda and Trinidad and don't realize that Trinidad outplayed us quite a bit at home. We scored 2 goals. We didn't create the goals. We scored 2 goals. And sometimes those things catch up with you. And because our players are not getting playing times at their clubs, they're either on the bench or injured or whatever. These are match situations. These are not practice. People are fighting with their heart and soul to get to the World Cup. And if you're not ready, you're not prepared, you don't have repetition, you don't have muscle memory, it manifests itself in the outcome that we saw. Now, some people may say we're overreacting to a loss. We played away from home to one of the better teams in the zone. And, we're still not out of it. And that's all true. And that's all fair. And they may also blame the pitch. But we have to look. I always look to leadership. I always look to leadership for these things. Am I confident in my leaders? Do my leaders give me any sense of hope? Do my leaders give me optimism? And, I must say this. The coach was never, ever the right coach. Even if we get to the World Cup, I still don't change my view on that. The Gold Cup performances told us everything. We got carried away when we played Guatemala at the stadium. We won 3 and we were great. When we were I realized subsequently Guatemala didn't play 7 of their best players. When we played them in the Gold Cup, night and day. Us not having Hayden didn't help us yesterday. We had no control of the midfield. We had nobody to protect the back four. We had nobody to want to receive the ball and do something. All these football gurus who keep telling me that Hayden just make backward and sideward pass and he's not good and him this and him that, and tell me that I don't know about football because I'm on YouTube and they have coaching license. But when I see their team play, they don't play no pattern of football. I question where you're learning your craft. I question your football knowledge. You may have had some success, but if you can't produce good midfielders, you can't coach. Let me say this again. That's my philosophy. It's the most complex area of the football field. It's the part of the football field which needs much more of that football acumen, that deductive ability, that ability to assess, to be informed, to garner information, take a lot of information, to make the tough decisions, to be in a situation where you have 5 or 6 decisions and make the right one all the time, to be taught how to do that. If you can't do that, then that's a problem for me. If you tell me you're a great coach and can't produce midfielders, then I can't respect your coaching acumen. Sorry. Can't. That's me. And yesterday was extremely disappointing. So let's start with a couple of things. First, I'm going to play the coach's press conference. And then first, I'm going to take some comments from the chat, then play the coach, then go to my little soliloquy. Real boss are cranky, so disappointing. Wake up with a headache. Yeah, I know. I know it's not good. Chris said, cranky, I told you Cephas wasn't good. Everywhere he goes after a while, he sits on the bench. Playing rush only 8 minutes sometimes. Well, Chris, I got beaten for asking the question on Thursday on Ball Pre TV whether or not Cephas, have they spoken to Cephas about decision making. And I thought it was very passive comment I made. I could have done like some Jamaicans do, asking the question in a very derogatory way. I just said if the conversation has been held and people thought it was me picking on the player and me XYZ, we don't have that same narrative about any other player in the team. We may talk about Lowe and his aggressiveness, where you hear Downer came on last night and Downer gave a good summary of how he viewed Lowe and his team and how Lowe needs to be managed, but how Lowe has to be in the team. And I agree with Downer, actually. Joe Downer. Those of you don't know Joe Downer, I played a lot of football in Jamaica and played at a high level and played for Jamaica. So it was really interesting just getting some of that perspective and feedback. So Chris, I mean, I used to, when he first came on, Chris, I would say Cephas at any 10. Then I start questioning Cephas being in the team because people get excited about Cephas. They make a couple crosses here and we score goals. And he should be lauded and he may run from half line and score. But I call them 1 in 10. And I need consistency. I need somebody to be doing it 5 in 10 or 6 in 10. I don't need to do it less than 5 in 10, 50%. Then that's a problem, right? And SofaScore gave Cephas and Campbell, along with King, all the highest score yesterday. And I said, we got to take all these data analytics with a grain of salt because they miss other parts of the game. How much ball did Katamari touch? If my wingers are so great, did they feed my center forward? So anyway, let me go to your comments and then I will play the coach and then we'll do more of this. Chris says, Cranky King cannot defend. Big problem, never in position, can't hold a line. He's not bad on the ball, but his defending, we've said that, is left a lot to be desired. Tuffy Rudy says, I am so disappointed and embarrassed. I refuse to answer my phone from last night because most of my friends are not really Jamaican. Hey, Tuffy, if they follow football, it's tough. Vibes, Alex, I just want to forget about yesterday. Look at Suriname people. Let me just say this again. Chris, you and I are probably in the same boat on this in terms of the recruiting strategy or lack thereof. By the way, people, you know what? I'm not asking for any likes this morning. You guys don't want to like this? I'm not going to ask you for any likes. I'm not asking to subscribe or likes. That's your prerogative. I was saying yesterday that at some point I may stop covering Jamaica football for a couple of reasons. First, I'm getting a lot of pressure from people to say you have bigger fish to fry. I don't necessarily agree with them, but they get frustrated at me believing that I should be talking about other social matters and not football. And second of all, some of these football fans are beyond rude, beyond obnoxious, beyond divisive. And they may think about people like myself and YouTube are being our same way because we are toxic. JFF call us toxic, but we're only pointing out things which they're not doing right, which they can't refute because they're facts. If you think I'm saying something defaming you, then sue me. That's my philosophy. Sue me. Because I just call out facts. I don't come here with even information that's wrong. I even get information that some people at JFF will come and talk about that I know what they're saying is not correct and or they're not close to the situation enough to even provide some of that perspective. But I laugh when they talk because I'm not coming here to berate people. It's mainly to point out things which I think the audience should know. And I do think before I speak a lot of times. And I do also do my research a lot. Sometimes the research can be flawed because, you go use the internet and you go to 3 different sources to corroborate things and it still come out not accurate, especially around the whole Greenwood situation with the reason why he got his passport. That was confusing and it is what it is. But it's important to note that I have actually thought about quitting the football. And I probably will at some point because I don't like to be in toxic environment. I actually don't. And it's not that serious, to be honest. I have people like Trump out there I need to talk about a lot. Government shutdown, AI, health, black plight. There's a bunch of stuff that I'm interested in. And it's not just football. And I know that my track and field audience, who I'm new to, another device is my football audience. Now, this is not to talk about a lot of people in this channel who are very supportive. I don't want to start calling any name. Extremely supportive. They have been great to me since I've been on here, and I do appreciate them. But the minority can be very powerful in how they engage. I don't know, so I don't have the tolerance for certain things. We just not have it. People say, look, when it comments too much, I don't have it. The worst thing you can do to me, you can throw me a banana and say I'm a monkey if you want to. It doesn't really matter to me. I know I'm not a monkey. If you're talking about my intellect and if you want to deride my intellect, then I take it personal. I'll be honest. Anyway, let's keep going. Chris says, Crank, you're an Arsenal man. You watched good wingers over the years, so I understand why you thought Tifa was good. No, it's not about that, Chris. Chris, here's the thing that we got to understand, people. When you have certain physical attributes which can't be taught, if you can combine or marry the intellect with the attributes, you can be an excellent winger, excellent footballer. Cephas has athleticism, unbelievable speed. Now, if you can have him make good decisions, he could be a very good footballer, right? I mean, I don't think Cephas has been taught to play football. He hasn't. I don't want to beat Cephas because it's not just about Cephas. It's about all of us, actually, including the fans who have not supported the team at the national stadium as they should. Which is if I have all those physical attributes, if I have the intellect to play the game at a certain level, I'm not challenging Cephas' intellect, but he doesn't make the best decisions. That combination is deadly, and that combination has not been utilized the way it should to give him the best chance to be successful, not only for Jamaica, but for his club team. And sometimes as people, because we think we know it all, we get hard-headed and we don't want to listen. So when I asked that question the other day, it was to put Rudolph Speed on the spot to say, tell us as an audience, because that was the most common comment on my platform yesterday. When my friend called me from Curaçao, who flew down there, I'm sure he's upset he flew so far for what happened. That's the first thing he said to me. I hope this guy makes better decisions next time. And I point to Damari Gray when he plays, who doesn't have Cephas' physical attributes, as to how I see his head on a swivel when he's playing football. You can see his brain working. I don't see Cephas making those same decisions on a regular basis, which is disappointing. But anyway, Jay says, Cranky, the problem is not every game fits Cephas' attributes, but Cephas isn't smart enough to. Yeah, I sometimes want to move away from the Cephas thing. Cephas doesn't pick himself for the team. The coach does. And I'm going to play. I said, let me just go to your comments first. Then I'll play McClaren. Then I come back with some. And I will take your calls also. I woke up this morning, didn't plan to come and do any show. Got upset. I said, you know what? We can come talk to the people then because we're brain are bother me. Crank, you still think we're going to make it? Yeah, I still think we have a very good chance of making it. The office is not secure for us. Start already. Good morning.
Yeah, Cranky, from last night, I try call. You hear me now?
Yeah, I'm hearing you. Yeah, go ahead.
All right, bless up the chat. I'm Martin Baker again, man. But I'm Cranky, disappointed, but not surprised. Cranky, to be honest, me understand a point of view when you're on speed. When me yes, me conclude and know say we have a high probability to lose this match was based on where the question where at speed and all the interview and all him answer the question. Because me hear say last night, me everybody a talk about the coach, but no, you not hear nobody a say about the coaching staff, the coach and him staff. Because everybody will watch football know say the coach will not just sit down and stay up in the coach face. Everybody come in and do them decisions. So when me hear Mr. Speed make some comment about the midfield and Jamaica can't do this and we are going to do this. We saw that in the coach say Curaçao play the best football in the verse 15 to 20 minutes. How we give up the midfield? What the coach me expect? What the coach me expect if we are going to play one team with we possess the ball good and very tactical based on them style of play where them come from, Netherlands and them place and based on the coach them have with the experience. So when I hear the coach the man talk and then say, I hear the man tell you say, you're not a coach. And if you see somebody comments them when they are disrespect about dons and them something, they have to laugh because right. But as me tell you last time when me call him for the show, you know, Frankie, the people them like Speed and the people them will control Jamaica space when they come on to the organization. Them realize the majority of the people them want to stay in the box. Them Speed them don't want to stay in the box, you know, Cranky. But them know the majority of Jamaica want to stay in the box. They just hype, run up and down, make one bag of noise and excitement. So they know that. So that's why I'm could attack you so because they know the majority of the people them I go there on him side, even when them thing, me hear the host tell us say, he knows say CFAS have this, but that and that. He now go ask that question. Me I say, this host is a friend thing. And that's Jamaica football. That's why we are going to feel cranky. Because it's a friend thing. Cranky is a friend thing. And if we don't get it right, me know so most likely we are going to beat Bermuda. And it might come down to the last match in a stadium with Curaçao. Because to be honest, if we get a point at Trinidad is a blessing. Because Trinidad, it will be tough. To me, Cranky, Trinidad are the best team. The best playing team. Trinidad could have beat Curacao at them yard with ease. Them never take them chance. Trinidad could have beat VR and the team do the chop. Them have play some good football. So them to me are the favorite. Even so normally now, Trinidad are the favorite to me. So we have to just wait till Tuesday come. You know, it's sad. You know, really surprising to me. Me that 4 fair draw or a look at 1-0. Me never expect no 4 goal and 4-0 like all people I say. Them some of them never expect them score line there at all.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I appreciate the call, sir. And sorry you couldn't get you.
Man,
Sorry you couldn't get you before.
No man, I'm my Wi-Fi man. Just go and do your thing, Cranky. Don't watch now because they ask valid question. And no, as I said yesterday, Speed and the coaching staff and McClaren, all of them have to take blame. Them all coach, them get all coach, even though the player them miss watch highlights still in and couple of the minutes of the match. We did get some chances, so the players them have to get blame.
Yeah.
But the midfield, me not tell no line, no Cranky. Me know so we have to play the player them to come and play with them hard when he come out to the midfield and try. If the selection come out, we know so we are gonna have midfield problem. That's why we don't do stream on it. So it kind of surprised me when we the reaction video them was surprised that them are struggling in midfield when the post after the reaction video them and the videos them leading up on many YouTube channels. Everybody knows that midfield never good. We just see that hope and pray, and it never work. So a lot of my points still, and we eager to kill we, and we just have to be Cranky laugh. We eager to kill we Cranky. Yeah. We have to just beat Bermuda. Me do some maths last night because it affect me. Me have to sit down and me look on the worst scenario last night, Cranky. Me no look on if Jamaica win 3 match. Me look on the worst scenario because that it most likely I go lead on to. So we just have to hope that Trinidad, better Trinidad beat them at them yard or one draw with a better to win. And we get the win against Bermuda and we come back for the last 2 matches. And that would have been the best result. A draw and we beat Bermuda. Go in the next window with 9 points, 2 of them depend. Trinidad depend 5 and Curaçao depend 8. If Trinidad win, 7-7 and we go in the same way. But we don't want the 7-7 because it was rough. But can't you big up yourself? Go and do your thing. No watch no face. Ask the hard question them. Don't beg no friend, Cranky. Don't beg no friend because the interview there was a friend interview for you. It's a likes thing. No likes from no man. Ask the hard question. Don't watch no face who want to say don't because people in there in a chat and they on YouTube space like myself and many other people we don't want to stay in the box. We didn't know so the group where never gonna be no soup.
Yeah,
you didn't know that.
The soup thing.
Yeah, you didn't know that from but them catch the brains of the people then with us. Now watch football and now know say the fact is a Chung are the only born Curaçao player on the team, you know. All of them people that are national.
He didn't play last night. He didn't play last night, actually.
And he didn't play last night. So everybody, and they saw the country at trail, but we with the ego. We with the ego, man. Don't worry, no, Cranky. I said this long time on YouTube. Jamaica, if we don't do it right, you know, man, Jamaica football I go run left with because only now see the change in the football, you know. Only now see the change in the football. So no go and fight. Go and fight within the ego and don't do it right. Big up yourself and big up your chat.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
First, I want to say something. The caller said something about Ball Pre and him and Speed and friends. I don't know the relationship. It doesn't really matter. He had me on his program. I appreciate him having me there. The kid is young. He's trying to do a thing. And he's doing a good job on his program. So we should commend him. And he got Speed on. 1 second, caller, who say he's done with YouTube. So if you can get somebody on We have a lot of interest, especially at game time. I praise him for doing that. Was it a difficult conversation for me? Yes, it was. Did I feel sometime other place? Yes, I did. Did I say to myself, I'm going to go on platform going forward? I don't think I probably will go on other people's platform. He had me on his platform. I appreciate it and I applaud him for doing it. But sometimes you go on people's platform, you take over their platform, which is not good, because I know I talk quite a bit. So going forward, I'll be very cognizant of that. But if I see Rudolph in an environment and he's not really available, I thought it was an opportunity to pose some questions to him, which I thought should be asked. Now, caller, go ahead. I apologize.
Yeah. Good morning to you, Mr. Cranky, and the viewers. Yeah. So let's discuss this football matter, and it's been bothering me a lot. I listened to the interview with Rudolph Speed, and that was a horrible interview coming from Rudolph Speed for someone to be a part of the coaching staff. Doesn't have any idea what type of system he should play. So those are the people running the football. And he went on to say, right, you're building a football team you're building. He went on to say, Mason Greenwood, if it's the last minute, let's say Jamaica qualify for the World Cup, it's the last minute Mason Greenwood called and said, hey, I'm ready. He said he'll accept Mason Greenwood with a heartbeat. So tell me now, Mr. Kent, does that appear as if like it's a guy who have any clue that when building a team, you have to have chemistry, you have to have team spirit, the vibration of team. So when you make a bold statement like that, that tells me that the people are running Jamaica football way beyond. They are clueless to what they are doing or what they are even thinking about. Because when you open the way for players like that, you're not running a football program, you're running an individual sport. And football is not track and field, individual. It is a team sport, team chemistry. That's why we go there yesterday and we play absolutely not, because Jamaica team doesn't have a coach who coaches the team. We have a manager in place, just watch the players and that's it. They don't go there and put the players out there on the park and teach them the way how they need to be taught and teach them a particular system in play. No, we doesn't have that. So when we see we go here yesterday and we play like that, it's no surprise, right? And the mere fact is, we think we as a fans, we want to see our team qualify, but with this type of attitude, might as well Jamaica stay home at them yard. Right?
I'm listening.
Yes. Yeah.
So let me say a couple of things. I agree with something you say, but not some things. The Greenwood situation is very complex to me because I know the reason why Rudolph said that is because, and I've said this to people got to understand this. When you have exceptional talent, you bend over backwards for that talent. You do anything to keep that talent because you know it's about outcome. What do I mean? I have a goal. I want to win a football match. I have a player like Walter Boy when he was a problem child. But Walter can make me win. Because if I lose, I'm going to get beaten. If I win, I'm going to get praise. I may even get beaten for playing him. But if I win, I'm going to get more praise than beaten. You'll make that decision sometimes. If we're in our personal life, you're going to make that decision sometimes, which may not be happy. And it's not just about football. It's in basketball. It's in business world. It's the same thing. When you have exceptional talent, they get more allowance than others. It may be unfair from a life standpoint, but it's life. I'm going to give you an example. Manchester United was willing to forgive Greenwood and move forward with him until they got the backlash from the press and the fans, even though what he did was to be abhorrent by a lot of people. Allegedly, I should say, because we don't have evidence that he did what he did. We saw some pictures on the public domain. But they were willing to even forgive, to move forward because he's an exceptional talent. They wouldn't do that for a regular footballer. Man City didn't do that for Mendes. For Mendy, I should sorry, right? So that happens in life. So I understand what Rudolph is saying because Jamaica has never had a world-class footballer. And this player can not only help you win, but help you win money. And as Rudolph indicated too, could change a whole generation. And you want that. So I understand your perspective. about, well, the person has a chance to come early, so why don't they come early? But I actually was in your camp at one point, but I changed just because I was in your camp because I knew the process was happening. I knew when they were filing for his papers. I knew how they were engaging, and then all of a sudden, he decided to say, not make a decision. But I also thought about it to say, the kid is young. He's 23 years old, right? He hasn't said anything derogatory about Jamaica, but a lot have gone into his DM and said derogatory things about him. He hasn't said anything bad about Jamaica. He hasn't said, Jamaica, I'm not playing for no little country. They're not good enough. Nothing. It's silence. And silence sometimes is not good, but we have to just wait and see what transpires. And I know we are all upset about it because we want to come play, but we also being selfish because we want to satisfy ourselves and our team and we want to win. So I'm going to put that on hold. Secondly, about the administration of football, it is the problem for Jamaica. It's a big problem, and it won't change because the same people want to be in the position, and some of them are not qualified to be there. They think they are. They run organizations. They think they're God gift to the world, God gift to Jamaica. They're not as good as they think they are because they haven't had exposure to what I call excellence. And when you provide certain perspective to you, they think that you're being arrogant and you're being condescending and you think you know it all. But when you've been exposed to excellence and you see things which are not, you get frustrated. That's one of the reasons I'm going to think about stop covering Jamaican football. I can't keep watching the same nonsense occur and you can't influence it. And the people who are running it are just making the same decisions over and over again. They want to have the same positions. They don't want to bring no new blood in to help them. And they're going down a hole, and the hole is getting wider and deeper and longer, and it ain't changing. This is the best. FIFA, CONCACAF, the gods, all set this up for Jamaica to qualify for the World Cup. And right now, we're struggling. Go ahead, Carla. We're struggling.
Yes, Mr. Conky. Pretend to do Mr. Greenwood. What my point is about Greenwood that I was making about Greenwood. I heard you. You can't build a team. One individual can't make you a real beater. Okay? So you has to build a football team. Wait,
hold up. Can Messi make you a world beater?
Messi alone, before the coach of Argentina, Messi was there. He wasn't winning anything with Argentina. You know why? Every coach come and tell Messi, hey, listen, we building the team around you. No, you know what this coach did? He came in, he said, listen, I'm building a football team. I'm not building a team about no one individual. It doesn't work. It doesn't work.
Okay.
Never was. And yesterday on the football field with Jamaica, name me who's one coach in the world would make 3 changes to your back line and expect to win. Only McClaren would do that. Only McClaren. There's no smart coach in this world.
It was two changes. It wasn't 3. It was 2 changes. He changed
the keeper, Omar Bell, and Pinnock. That's 3 changes.
But I don't call the keeper your back line, right? I think the keeper.
But keeper is most vital in the back line of all.
So would you play Jamal Wade over?
He's the one who's seen the game, Mr. Kanki.
Yeah, but would you play Jamal Wade over Andre Blake?
Absolutely, yes.
Really? Based on Jamal Wade's performance?
Andre Blake for the past 3 years hasn't been the Jamaica. He hasn't come on this 18-yard box. He hasn't come on this 6-yard box, and he hasn't come on. He's a marshal of the defense, and he can't do it. It is evidence that he was all over the place. This guy can't even pass a proper football on the ground. So how are you leading the back line? You are the captain of the team, and you can't pass a ball. That energy go right around the entire team. That my captain can pass a ball properly, and that's a fact.
Do you know that Blake has been one of the best keepers in the MLS for years and recognized accordingly?
Thank you. MLS is one of the worst league in the world, so don't even go there.
Okay. I hear you, sir. I hear you.
We have to talk football, We have to face reality, You can't make 3 changes into a back line and expect a good result. You're talking about 3 changes, a winning team. You change a winning team, a winning back line. It hasn't conceded 0 goal up to this point, right? You make 3 changes to the back line and bring in 3 players. What Amari Bell deserves to be in the starting lineup? This guy is an injury pro baller. King is a soft footballer. Pinnock is a soft footballer. Frey is a soft footballer. So Jamaica literally go there and start almost 7 footballer of the same IQ, play the same way, think the same way, do not have an ounce of aggression in them. 7. You expect to win a World Cup match with 7 soft football on the field, Mr. Cranky?
Well, I mean, you can have. I don't want to use the word soft. I don't think those players are soft. They're how they play may not be as physical as other players, but I'm not going to call them soft. If you're playing the championship, you're not soft. Period. If
you're absolutely soft.
No, if you play in the championship
Mr.
in England, you're not soft. That's one of the physical league in the world.
England is a place where you got good football, but the championship is all kick and run.
So they're not soft. That's the point I'm making. They're not soft. They may not be technical as what it should be, but they're not soft.
They don't have any technique.
Okay. But no, you're conflating 2 things. The difference between soft, which means you're not physically imposing, versus you don't have the technical ability. There's 2 different things. You say they're soft, and I'm saying, yeah, Frey's not the most physical footballer. Bell is probably more technical, actually. But if you're playing the championship, you can't be deemed soft. Right? Because a physical game. It's a physical game.
I know you watched the match yesterday. So do I.
I did watch the game, yes.
You can't start 7 footballer of the same IQ.
So who just like I was like, who would you start? Who would you start?
I play in the left back. Gregley, Gregley up to this point, Gregley was one of Jamaica's best player in the 2 World Cup qualifier previous.
Okay.
You can't just ditch a guy like that and bring in Amari Bell, who for some reason always injured, and when he play, as soon as Amari Bell went up against any former skills footballer, that guy have no chance.
But Amari Bell didn't play bad yesterday. He didn't get roasted yesterday.
He did get roasted.
Nobody scored from his side of the field.
The over there, he don't even stand a chance.
Because he had no help. He had 0 help. Where was Cephas helping him? Where was the left inside midfielder helping him? He had no help. He was 1-on-1. Lembakisa got roasted on that goal. I love Lembakisa as a player, but he got roasted on that goal. That was not Amari Bell. I am not going to blame my right or left back yesterday for yesterday's game, actually. We lost the game in the middle of the park. And we said this before the game started. We all knew this. We lost the game in the middle of the park. Kadamarti didn't touch the ball yesterday for 99% of the game that he was on the field because he got no passes into him. Not that he was making the best run sometime, but nobody supplied him. So I'm not going to beat the Bell, Gregley. We could debate that. It's a fair debate, right? Pinnock versus Lowe. It's a fair debate. I admit Pinnock struggled on the surface, and Pinnock has not been playing a lot of football, and Pinnock's not getting any younger. But I'm not going to blame the defense.
Been struggling for some time now.
Yeah. All right, call him. I have another call, but I appreciate the call, sir.
Oh, okay.
All right. I appreciate you. Thanks a lot. All right. Good morning.
Blessings, sir, Cranky.
Who am I speaking to?
Parish Council, man.
Parish Council. How are you doing, Parish Council?
Yeah, in the wilderness,
You're in the wilderness? What do you mean the wilderness?
Yeah.
What do you mean the wilderness?
We out in the deep, man. Far out.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, man. What I want to do? Everything blessed.
Everything is blessed, sir. Everything is blessed. I assume they come to talk about the game?
Yeah, give thanks. You know, say, was it October is what you call it? Where you spread awareness to, you know, the thought them. You know, I say the word, I know certain word offensive to YouTube.
Right, yeah.
But mental wellness, I could use that.
Okay.
And in a month like this, Cranky, may I tell you, a lot of people go through a whole heap of things, you know, and a lot of people use football as a means of escape. You understand? And sometimes when you're there on the brink, you know, you say, boy, I watch my side. You know, he's a Manchester United fan, you know, so you know, you get where me I come from right now. You know. And you use the football and say, boy, I use this opportunity to get some joy and take my mind off of certain things for an hour and a half plus the halftime, 15 minutes. And then when you sit down and watch certain performances from your team that you support, willingly or unwillingly, because honestly, sometimes there are moments where you know really want to watch the team, you know, but you don't know your team, so you have to support them. And when you see performances like these, you really have to question. You really have to question the character of some of these players, you know, because it's as if players were deliberately, I mean, I say a match fixing, but if you remember, say sometimes a whole heap of things happen in sports, not just football. A whole heap of things happen in sports that we as the fans take for granted. You understand? And what I saw yesterday, especially when we look back on all the Richard King goal that they took back, may I say it looked like some bookie involved in this business here, this specific game. And people will say, no man, that's the team play, but that's the team play. But me I tell to the man them say, me's a man involved in a race business. So we can tell you say, when it come on to certain things in a sport, never rule it out. Not even track and field, not even cricket. And you can see that players, you can safely say that I saw with my own eyes that players were deliberately trying to play bad yesterday. One in particular, Cephas, was deliberately trying to play bad yesterday.
Come on, Parish Council, man. Come on, Parish Council, man. You can't say that, man. I'm not trying to play bad. Cephas play the same way all the time, Parish Council. Come on.
I know people are going to overlook it, you know. And say,
but Parish Council, him play the same way. Parish Council, this is not new from Cephas. That's why people are come. That's why I asked the question on Ball Pre and Ball Pre again. If you're watching Ball Pre, thank you for having me on your channel. That's why I asked the question on Ball Pre channel about to Rudolph in a public domain, so we can all get a view as to do they talk to him about decision making? Because we've been living it since he's been playing the national team, and the kid has attributes that are good, but decision making is atrocious.
Yeah, but decision making is different from tenacity. He has always had a lot of tenacity when he's playing.
No, Parish Council. The tenacity is offensive, not defensive. We gotta be very careful with that word, you know, and how we're laying it out. You know, his tenacity on offense, yes, but when it comes to tracking back and helping his left back, that same tenacity doesn't manifest itself.
All right. Now, with that being said, I'm going to kill the side right through. Another point I wanted to make was the AstroTurf.
Yes.
Because initially I saw the picture and I was like, whoa, where Curaçao get this a picture from me look better than Arsenal. Only to find out, say, it's an AstroTurf.
Yeah. Now, it don't look good. It's not good. It don't look good.
At what point did FIFA started to approve FIFA official FIFA games and AstroTurf pitches? In what year? I'm sure not last year or the year before, but at one point I remember that when you had AstroTurfs, it couldn't be a FIFA approved game.
Yeah,
I don't. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but at what point did we start to use?
No, I thought we used one for when we played Dominica. Wasn't that an AstroTurf, or was it at BVI? We played on an AstroTurf someplace else, you know.
No, that's what I say. I know it is now has been introduced, but I'm trying to understand at what point. Okay. Because this was never the norm. If you get to me, I say.
Yeah.
This was never the norm. So the AstroTurf, no. People wanna play the ball like me. Me grew up at Jamaica, play upon Dust Bowl. When me get the AstroTurf, you know, the best thing in the world for me. You know? You understand? Me not really have an issue. Me playing on my turf, me not playing on studs. So me get to move around better. And because we used to Dust Bowl and stone for a fee. When we get a little AstroTurf, we see it as the best thing in the world. Now these players, Jamaican players who born in America, in Europe for the most part, and play in Europe for the most part, may have had difficulty coping with the AstroTurf yesterday.
They did actually. It was very obvious. They did.
Yes. So I want the man them to bear that in mind when we are criticize the players. Now, as a big baller, we are gonna say if you play in any condition. And why I say that is when and Cranky, so I'm calling this morning, you know. The light at the end of the tunnel yesterday was who? The two players, I mean, I even ask you if you guess, I just tell you straight up. Kaim Dixon and Dujan Richards. When those two players came on, granted it was a limited amount of time under extreme pressure, playing away two of our young, not two of our, two of we youngest players in the squad. Show that in despite of whatever condition, I could have waterlogged field, I could have dust bowl, I could have pretty grass, I could have astroturf. When you're a baller, you're a baller. You understand?
So you say that to say what? Let me hear this.
We don't want to go into the topic that we're doing.
But Parisco, don't be like Maverick, Parisco. Don't be like Maverick.
Cranky, this is why when I call your show, our last conversation was that when you're going to pick players, make sure that what you're picking is better than what we have.
So if you're gonna Parisco, let's go there. If you're gonna use the local thing, then what you say about Cephas, Andre Blake, Richard King, they're all locally developed players. So we can't pull out two. We can't
play a fair game.
Huh?
Richard King played a fair
Richard King had a mixed game. No, he had a mixed game. He was poor in the first half. Okay.
It was next, extraordinary. And Andrea Blake, me hear you call her earlier, and I think my issue with Andrea Blake, and I'll come there, it'll be my last question to you before I leave. But Andrea Blake is a senior man, and certain players have to be cut slack in a sense. Yes, it's not a do or die game, but it's an important game. But for what Andrea Blake has done over the years, I don't think it would be fair. That would have come like Shelly lose in our last year, and we have said, boy, Shelly, if you go on. You understand? I don't know. Respect you. That's as much as me can say about Andrea Blake. But Cranky, when you see Dushan yesterday, and when you see Kaim Dixie yesterday, that is the only thing that gave me a sense of hope, a sense of pride for no say, boy, how to look about them.
But Park Council, may I call you? You pick and choose, you know. Nicholson miss sitter, you know, in Bana, Jamaica too. Nicholson miss sitter. King was up and down. Blake and the first goal, none what happened. Cephas wasn't good, so we gotta be we have to be balanced in our approach. Everything about them thing, you know. I agree with you about King. No, I'm sorry about Dixon. And I thought Whisper looked comfortable yesterday. I said that after the game. Him just looked, because the camera, people gotta understand. The camera was almost at field level, you know. It's all good for us to sit on TV and watch from a downward looking up and take the game easy, you know. But when it's at a field level, you can see that the spaces are not there, right? That's when people make bad passes sometimes. The space not there, but I didn't think Dujan should have been called. I was more concerned about the kid and his health than just him playing for Jamaica, because he hasn't played football for a year. He just started back in August. He hasn't got enough reps to play in this physical game, but he looked comfortable.
Yeah.
He looked comfortable.
You have a racer, so a chat named Miracle Man, you know, Cranky. I don't know if you know about racer. Them call him a thoroughbred. The moment him come off an injury, if him ever injured, right back out on the track. It's just one of them type of athlete. You know what I mean? It's an athlete who is like a machine, like a Haaland. So you don't know. But in terms of Shamar, me prefer a striker that get chances and miss them. A striker that does not get a chance.
That's true.
So when you talk about Shamar versus the Kadamari, and then you have to also bear in mind that the time in which a player comes onto the pitch, you know, under 2-0 away from home, is very different from when a player is 0-0, you know, or 1-0 up, you know.
True.
You understand? So there's a little more tension. But my last thing to you, Cranky, because I play a little match, I take it too. May I ask you a question? If you're going to a store and you see a black shirt, a white shirt, or a pink shirt, Cranky, which one you going to take up?
Depends on what my color preference is.
I ask you personally, what is your color preference? A man that
actually gray, black, and white. I don't have a preference.
Gray, black, and white. You have a son, Cranky?
Yes.
You don't mind me asking.
Him don't wear pink.
All right. May I say something? And it's not football.
Don't say.
Well, you have a pastor, Minister David. She do a thing on the altar where it go viral. It's a man to be man. Weak jelly back man. And I tell you, see the people that want to push through the agenda, whether it want to be a subtle agenda or an aggressive agenda, they must be very mindful of what they're doing. There are several colors in the national team. There are several options to choose from. And you have one individual from head to toe. Every single match, that individual chooses a particular color. And yes, everybody do to them preference and whatever. But what I am saying is, there's a role model. You have been in the team for a long time. You're the leader of the team. You're one of the leader of the team. And a lot of people might say, Charlie, a simple thing that, brother, man, I want to man wear whatever I want to wear. But we have to be mindful, Cranky, because we are man. I mean, I just left it there, so.
All right, Paris Council. Thank you, sir.
Man.
Have a good day.
Respect me, man.
All right, please. Well, I mean, go up, man, want to play the coaches thing, but now, good morning. When I blew up. Good morning. Hello.
Good morning. Good morning.
How am I speaking to?
My name is Glenn and I'm a fisherman.
Glenn Fisherman. Why you have to say fisherman?
Yeah. It's the first time I'm on a program. I watch your program all the while.
Oh, well, I appreciate that.
All the while. Listen before you listen on Manning's program. Listen on the program before you have your program.
Okay. So your first time calling in, don't make me be the last time. Go ahead.
Yeah, man, first time. And you see, I was listening to you on Ball Pre program, and when I was interviewing Mr. Steele.
Yeah.
Everybody do them thing different. Ball Pre is a youth when him coming at the space. I like when him analyze things. Him don't jump and analyze things. People want him to like them.
Right.
Most people want him to like them do for them thing.
Okay.
Aggressive and combative like you.
Okay.
You know?
We all different.
Yeah, you're combative and I don't think even the time when to be combative. Like when I with Mr. Speed, you want to be and Ball Pre say boy. Almost want to tell the same in that, you know.
Okay.
But you is that type of person, because I say that listen all the time. Anytime you come on to the federation and the thing you want to be combative all the while.
I hear you.
And I don't think that night it was a night to be combative because we have a match and then the other day. And I think the team needed everybody's support.
So wait, back up. Wait, before you go further, don't just drop it and just run. So you taught my questions about have they spoken to Cephas about his decision making, and also about the midfield were combative questions and divisive questions.
Yeah, I think so. Because you know what? Because I think any coach, and if me is a coach and I come on a program, and I have a player, we play a certain way. And me as a coach, experienced coach, there is no way I'm going to have a player play in a certain way and I don't talk to him.
How do I know you're even cognizant of that? Because the player can do the same. So if you talk to the player and he keeps doing the same thing over again, and the public's not aware if you spoke to him, wouldn't the public want to know if he's been talked to and why he's making the same decision that they don't feel to be okay over and over and over and over again?
No, but what I'm saying, Cranky, if you is a coach, you put yourself in the coach position. Because I think the coach going to think you're disrespecting him. Because if you is a coach and you have a player, because the reason why I think them cut him some slack, I think because him is a dangerous player and them think that at any time him going to make a play and he going cast a goal for Jamaica. Because me as a spectator, I see it too, you know. And me question it too, you know, when me question it, you know. But then I say to myself, the coach them must say to him just have a tough head. That is me. I think him head just tough. When him talk to him and him go out on the field, then him change and start do what him want to do. Sometimes it work out, sometimes it don't work out. So the coach them have it and say to themselves, say, you know, I'm going to leave him out here, you know, because he's going to do something and it's going to cause a goal. But me as a spectator, you know, me saying if you sit down, you know, Just like you get fed up with him, because me get fed up with him too, because I was one of those person who said, leave him, man, because he's dangerous. When we watch him in the Unity Cup and he make them two square there, but always I look for them square there. So every time him go there, all him do him madness sometime, but always I look for the two square like when we see in a Unity Cup.
So wait, stop right there. So the player can cost you games with his bad decisions. So do we only look at the positive when he helped you win a game versus balance out how he cost me with his positive contribution? No. Don't we try to balance that out?
But that's why I'm saying, Cranky, I think them talk to him about it, but them look on the positive. I think them look on the positive and exclude the negative. I think them look on the positive side. So he can get a goal at any time. He can set up a goal at any time.
How do you know they talk to him about it? How do you know they talk to him about it?
Because I am going to put myself in a coach position, and I would have talked to the player. I would have talked to the player.
All right. So wait. So 1 second. Let me say this to you. So you and I watch football. I have called out. So let's think about it. So we said the coach should have talked to him about it because it's basic and it should be obvious. Did we go to the Gold Cup with two midfielders?
If we go to the Gold Cup with two midfielders,
yeah. Bobby Reid was injured. Biziak is not a midfielder, and Hayden was back in England. Went to Gold Cup with two midfielders. So if you're a coach, if you're a coach or a management team, and you're the football squad, when you have like 9 forwards and 8 defenders, you have 2 midfielders, the core where you run the most of the field, and we're saying we sure they know? Really? We sure they know?
Look here. The reason, if you realize the reason why, because me could have looked at it and realized what them gonna do. That's why they go with the amount of midfielder that they go with. Because them have Latibo there, where them have as a low utility player. They have Damian Lowe, they move him from center half and put him in the midfield. That's why they go with the midfield that them go with,
Okay. So if you go with 4 midfielders, so you're gonna bring 8 defenders, you're gonna bring like 8 forwards, and you're gonna bring 3 goalkeepers and 4 midfielders. Really?
All right. Cranky. The thing is, when we realize with the people like you in the YouTube space,
okay,
when I want to coach this and the federation, everybody to come out, every move they make, they must come out and tell you. That is what how me see the space run.
Okay.
When I want them come out and explain to you every move, every step they make, they must come out and explain.
So I have a question for you. Do you watch the England press conferences with Tuchel and the English press?
No.
I didn't think so. Because we like to criticize YouTubers and Jamaica people who ask questions. Go watch those press conferences. We have to have benchmarks, people. Let me just say this, caller. Give me a chance to talk. We have to have benchmarks. So you can't talk about things in isolation. Do comparative. Go listen to a Mexican YouTube, Mexican press conference. Go listen to an English one. If you understand Spanish, use a Mexican one. Go listen to an American one. Listen to those and then do a comparative. And then come back and tell me how awful the Jamaican YouTubers are and want to know everything or Jamaican fans are. Please do. Pochettino get blasted by English. By US lose a game, people lose their mind in the US. Tuchel still winning games and they're blasting him for different things or they ask him difficult questions or confrontational questions. If we ask a question that's penetrative, we are the toxic, most worst people in the world. We're no different from any other people who are curious, want to ask questions that are incisive. Yeah.
Anyway, the thing that I see in the use, are quick to accuse the federation about things. All right. Call for, say them not going out and scouting for players. Then when some of the players that call for, when you take a stock, they approach the players them and the players them give them some story. Them don't come out and tell the public. I want to cuss them and say them to come out and say them to come out and speak. Anything, everything they must come out and speak. Call for some players. Then when the players them come in the team and them not playing, them go out there and play. Them not playing properly. Them not playing good. when you turn around and you start to cuss the coach and cuss the federation. I want to see him on the program, them calling for the players, them, you know. Look at us.
Hey, caller, one second. You make a lot of good points. The phone is blowing up, so I'm going to give you 1 more minute to say your piece. Right. I don't want to kick you off, but there's a lot of calls coming in, and I don't want to be ignoring the other calls.
What I'm saying, when you call for the players, them, when them, all right, I want to ask you something. This team, you think this Jamaican football team is a good team?
It has good components to it.
How highly you rate the players them out there? Because me, I want to tell you the truth. I don't rate the players them highly. And I don't expect a lot from them either. What happened last night, them lose, it didn't surprise me. Because I don't think we have a good team. I think what our players are regular players, they are bits and pieces players. I don't think we have good players. Most of the players them is just some regular, ordinary footballers.
Okay.
And that is why I think enough people get upset because they think they highly rate the players them. And when you realize that the players them is not all that. Is not all that.
All right, caller, this is a good call. It's a call which suggests that we're not doing something right or well, and you have a different view, and I value that, so I appreciate it. Don't make it be the last time, all right, sir?
Yeah, man. All right, respect.
Bless, thanks. Good morning. Who am I speaking to? Person drop off. The phone blowing up, people. I guess people on vent this morning afterwards. All right, caller, I have to give you 5 minutes because the phone will blow up. Good morning, caller. They give you 5 minutes. I want to be fair to everybody. See it? Phone will blow up. Go ahead, caller.
Yes, sir. Respect. I feel this.
Yes.
During the week, me call you, I'm a rush you and say, oh, yeah, complain about the team, so and so, how you're so nervous and all that. But me have to hand it to you because this one is a shocker. So, here's the problem. Jamaica start without playing through the midfield. Everybody hung over to the front line, and that defeat us big time. Caught us flat foot, and we pay the price for it. Right now, the way I look at the team is not settled. Us, the fans, are not settled with the team that we have because if you notice, we're bringing in a debutant, Ian Frey, who is good, but was not good for the role that he was to play. You know, we bring in Whisper, who is a talented kid, but he still wasn't ready because he come on, he wasn't in the mix of the game.
Wait, Carla, back up. You don't think Whisper played well? I thought Whisper played well. I'll be honest.
He played all right, but he didn't really inject as
he was only on for 10 minutes. He was only on for 10 minutes. We have to take onus with your Carla on that, man. Me think him play well, man. I think for somebody who's been on football for so long.
I know him, he could have played better. Okay. I was expecting better.
Okay.
Here's the last point. You see the changes what the coach made in the last part of the game there.
Right.
That should be the starting of the game.
So which changes are you alluding to directly? You're talking about what, Dixon?
So they brought on Dixon.
Right.
And I think he played a more attacking midfield area. They bring on Shamar, and that changed the whole game. In the middle, Bobby Reed was playing defensive midfield instead of attacking because, again, Ian Frey wasn't doing what he was supposed to do. That was our problem. That's how we lose the game. And big up to my keeper, but that goal, man, come on.
Yeah, it wasn't the best look. It wasn't the best look.
Yeah.
All
But,
right, sir.
You know what? I still believe, man. I still think we can do it. But yesterday is a mess.
All right, sir. All right, thanks for the call, sir. Appreciate it.
Yes,
Why the phone blew up, people? Good morning. This is therapy session. Good morning. This is therapy session. How you doing?
How you doing, Frankie? David, this one.
Good morning, David. How you doing?
What's up?
No, David, you have to give 5 minutes of David because if phone blew up. Go ahead, David. Go ahead, do your thing.
Yeah, man, my last time I need to talk about the ESC and the whole group thing the last time. But anyway, I just have 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Look, it's a coaching problem we have. I don't understand. The last window, he brought on Kevin Lambert, who is a CDM, a defensive midfielder. You didn't give him no game in the September window. And you come in the October window and drop him off. Now, Unfortunately, Isaac Aiden has gotten a yellow card and cannot be played. He can't play in the Curaçao game. And now you drop Lambert out of it. It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. And then what you're doing is taking 4 players out of position and putting them into position to fill certain position. And then they look out of place and look like a no baller. I wouldn't say that they're not good. I think that a lot of players are playing out of position.
Yeah. It was a tough situation to watch yesterday. And the outcome was not what we expected. Well, I shouldn't say we expected. It was not what we wanted. I shouldn't say expected, because some people expected us not to probably do as well as we think we would, especially given how we played against Trinidad. But yeah, today is the day after, and it's not a good feeling.
Even Ian Free. He's a good player, you know.
Yeah.
Technical start. But look, yes, he can play CDM, but he is not an in and out CDM player. He's more a right back. And then you're going to take him and put him in a CDM position in a vital game?
Yeah.
That don't make any sense. And you have Kevin Lambert, who you don't give no game in September, who is a CDM, and you leave him out. You understand?
You think Lambert would have made a difference yesterday? You think Lambert
would have made... night when you dip on it, cranky, do not beg no friend or nothing from Ball TV. Some of them are look good name for the pan because they want a ticket and freeness from JFF. We not look...
No, I don't want you beat Bob. I don't want you beat Bob. I don't beat Bob.
You understand?
Even getting in program, I appreciate it. No beat Bob. What I would say about that is that it didn't go as I would have liked, and it was unfortunate. That's all I'd say about it. But I appreciate it. I appreciate the comment.
Something now, man. Me hear Ruffs, we talk something and all these things. And talk about, oh, now no midfielder, I want to have the right people and all them something there. A personal thing, but him no want to talk. So why not bring Daniel Johnson to the team? Why not bring Junior Fleming to the team? We need people who direct and more effective. We can't deal with the hanky-panky thing. A serious time of football, you know. Because if Curaçao beat Trinidad, you know, a momentum them have to get for going in the next round, you know. And me not bank pan Jamaica. You understand? We not bank. Yo, the man name is right. The man name right now, they make the whole World Cup thing in a disarray right now.
Yeah, it's not a good feeling when you lose, right? I mean, we are being reactive, we are being emotional, but also good points are coming out about what transpired and the fact that it shouldn't, the outcome that we get should not have been the outcome. It should have been a better outcome.
And you see, remember, you know, you see what you was saying the other day, and it's true. The players, they're not playing regular in them club, and it's quite obvious yesterday.
Yeah. It's a problem. It's a major problem for Jamaica, actually.
Some chances and opportunity, if you're a regular man a player, then there are some easy player and some easy goal. You understand what I said?
Yeah, there were two.
Them not playing a lot of football in them club. You understand?
Yeah, that's true. All right, caller. I appreciate the call, sir. When I blew up.
All right.
Thank you. All right. Missy 407, Missy 876. Let me call the first one, Missy in front of me. You know what? I go from the earlier one then. This is that English one. That didn't come up. DJ Fatal, you have 5 minutes.
Is this the Reggae football therapy?
Yes, it's the therapy session. It's early morning session. We couldn't wait to have the session now. We have to have the session early. We're down and we need some motivation. We need some help. We need some people to console us. So yes, go ahead. Fatal. You have 5 minutes to Fatal. Come here,
5 minutes.
Tell everybody a chance to get to talk. Yeah.
No problem. Fair enough. I mean, first and foremost, it was a rough game to watch in the first half. I give it that. You know, I think really, I don't think the coach had a plan or whatever based off what I saw. Or if the plan was something there, it wasn't being implemented at all. And from this, him should have make some serious shaking. Him not take off the players then, but there was a little downtime in that point when the break was there. Him should have really talked to the players them stirring and think. Me never see the action from the coach on the sideline. So me blame a lot of the first half on the coach because really and truly, we never set no trap when the players might attack. We never move well. It was just poor. You know what I mean? I see players a skate and thing. I mean, I wonder to myself, say, yo, them can't change them quick, so because, you know, I mean, know, it's like nobody couldn't kick a ball without a slider or whatever. A lot of people are drop. So said, so done. We understand fair game to Curaçao. We're not taking off on them because they deserve them. You see me?
Yeah.
But what I would say for real, Blake, I mean, probably rusty, I don't know still, you see me? But I mean, I don't know, some of those, you could have saved one, at least one of them.
Well, no, the second one was difficult. The first one, I don't know what happened. I don't know if he got his view got blocked. He didn't dive. He didn't do anything.
Cases. Yeah, most cases. He didn't even, and it was so close to the goal.
I mean, you know what? He stepped across. He didn't dive. He stepped. He took 2 steps versus diving, which I didn't understand. So maybe he was sighted in terms of not being able to see it, but I don't know what transpired. It was strange, actually.
I wonder if he thought he was going outside. You know, sometimes just
but you still have to dive, though. You have to make sure it goes outside. You have to make sure it goes outside.
Yeah, like clear the post. But with all that said and done, the point, like a lot of people kind of running in is like with midfield, we know it's really horrible. I think the problem was, like you said it earlier, there's no distribution. Even though mere people are saying, well, this a person should have started, a person should have started. I was fine with the lineup. I just think because there was no distribution, this was the problem. And if anything needed fixing was the midfield. You know what I mean? Prayer look a little bit out of place. It didn't look in sync. And it probably have a lot to do with synergy and no cohesion. So we understand, say, listen, you know, even probably familiar kind of look uncomfortable sometimes, you know what I mean? You never know what to do. And even Bobby Reid in a local sense, never get no ball distribute well. And the players, them, like I said, we don't know the spaces were being closed in on our players. It's like the man them now move. I don't know. It was just really confusing ball game in that first half. The second half, I give them a little bit of props, and I do think we should have taken.
No, they played better. They were the better team second half, by a good margin. See, Curaçao just doing counter-attacking football. Curaçao, almost like Curaçao lost. Almost like Curaçao got lost between, say, the 40th minute and almost the rest of the game. They had a couple of moments, but they were lost subsequently. They were not in the game as you would have thought, given how they started. It was a very strange game, actually.
Very, very strange. And, you know, I mean, I know we are Monday quarterbacking for the cliche term, but I really think maybe, like you mentioned, Steve Russell, I think if you had taken off Russell early, probably make Anglin's be right there to push up a little bit more, it probably would have helped. Or probably have Bobby Reid in the 10 position, because that's really where it looked like Russell there play as a 10. Yeah, I mean, and I don't know because he's not. He made some 1 and 2 passes. We see him make like 1 and 2 tackles, but it's not enough. He's not effective in that role. I mean, apart from just looking dangerous to score, and which he does. I'll give him that. Give himself some opportunity to make some goal. But otherwise, you know, I don't know. It was just really poor still. But honestly, I'm not really a panic. I do think we can pull it off at the end of the day, meaning we have to win our matches.
Yeah.
And see him beat the same Curaçao. And that's what I'm going to make we basically go forward. You know what I mean? It's good to see Whisper back, but just for people to think and bear in mind. You see, like how people here say, yeah, man, Whisper look good and could have get chances to play. Bear in mind, if there are, like you mentioned, a player, I'm going to use really only him, Greenwood statue that comes in, you would expect quality just the same. You understand? So I don't think necessarily people worry and say, well, I'm going to come late and the campaign. Like you said, we don't know why he's not even playing now. Yeah, sometimes if players are not in the right mind, it's best for them not to come rather than them come and don't make a show of themselves. You see me? So, like, you know, I just want to end up, like I said, like that. Come on, the phone up, but
all right,
it was a tough loss.
Thanks for the call,
yeah,
man. Yeah, man, bless.
Yeah, man.
Very balanced call from Fatal. Does give credit where credit is due and does critique where critique is warranted. So there are a lot of people calling in. You know, me call back. Some people call because like people call and I get a chance to have them say. I was gonna play the coaches thing, people, but I can't get that chance to play the coach press conference, even though I'm sure a lot of people want to hear it anyway.
Nope.
Good morning. You called the program?
Yes, I did.
What's your name and what you have to say?
Dennis, the first time calling, Dennis Morrison.
All right, Dennis.
Yeah, my assessment on the game. I think I think my opinion, I think the problem for the game yesterday was Cephas and Lambakisa. Lambakisa, he was so tired, and the guy named Bobby Ray. I'm thinking that he's right back, put him over where Lambakisa was, and because this guy Cephas, he have no ball sense, so they need to bench him because he think that he's the man because he's getting all the glory from people who don't know soccer football. And one of the biggest problem we have no ball angler. Each time uh gets the ball, he hold on to the ball too long, searching for a specific pass. And that is what killing us. So I don't know what they're gonna do about it, but they need to do something.
Well, the good thing about this situation, another game is coming up real quickly, right? So you have a chance to correct some of the deficiencies that the coaches may have noted, or even fans may have noted, and hopefully the coach notices them. And you have a chance to correct them. It's always good to play a game sooner versus later afterwards. You don't completely just focus on it and be depressed about the previous game, especially when you lose. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, Curaçao will play Trinidad. That should be interesting also.
Yeah. Also, the few times Jamaica maintain keep the ball, they look different. They look like a team. And then they go right back. Also, this guy from King, you need to pass the ball earlier and stop searching for individual pass or specific pass. Share the ball, hold on to the ball, and have the other players them close by waiting. So when they actually pass the ball to them, they're surprised and they can't even get the ball. The center forward, the young guy, he's not used to these running up and down because he needs somebody to be channeling the ball through to him. So he's just running, he just look waste. That is not his game. So if we on the outside seeing it, and I know a lot of you guys telling these guys, they are the coaching staff and the federation, and they know, but I don't think they care though. I don't think they care.
Well, I mean, hopefully, no, I would hope that if you're leading an organization, whether you're the coach, the manager, in administration, you want to garner information from various sources to help you make the best decision. You want to not just go with your perspective because other people may see things differently. So if you bring everything together and you assess things and you bring your team together, and hopefully your team are critical in terms of how they assess things, hopefully you'll make the corrections that needs to be made. I mean, yesterday we got chances, Sometimes talk about these things. We got chances, we just didn't execute.
It was unfortunate for real, but they need to look like a team. Because I don't know if these guys watch the replay of these games and assess themselves. They need to call out these players, like I say, what do you think about your game today? These kind of questions, and see if they're honest.
Yeah, man.
But I don't give up still. We're gonna go through still, but I'm happy that they lost, though. Trust me, I'm happy.
No, we can't say we're happy we lose that. We can't say that.
Happy.
I know what you mean. That it's a reality check. It's a reality check. Me understand that, but we can't say we're happy. Okay, if we win, we only needed another win, and we're that good. So
that's why they need a reality check, because it's gonna get harder, and they're gonna take things for granted because they go through so easy.
Yeah.
So when they get this check, no, they're not taking no prisoners. This game Tuesday, they might give this side 12.
Well, we'll see. I'm not predicting no 12.
They have to win convincingly.
Right.
They have to win convincingly and prove it to the people.
Yeah.
Because if they don't do, they're gonna in trouble.
All right, sir. Appreciate the call, sir.
All right. Thanks for. Have a nice day.
All right, you too. Thanks. Let me call back some of these people, because some people are calling like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times, and I feel bad about them not getting through. And every time they call, let me see. I think I know who this is. So let me call back the people and people. Good morning.
Cranky, morning, Cranky. How are you doing?
May I say before you start, 5 minutes I get. Everybody I get 5 minutes.
Cranky, no, come on. I need a little bit more
No,
time.
you get 5 minutes and it start now. Go ahead.
All right, Cranky, listen, it's unfair for you to do that, but it's cool. Your show.
What do you mean?
Right?
I mean, there's tons of people calling. It's unfair. Go ahead.
I understand,
listen, man. Take up time. Your 5 minutes. You have 4 minutes and 50 seconds. You have 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Go ahead.
All right, the situation is Cranky. I apologize for what happened when you went on that show. It hurt my heart to see that, right? Because I think you were on some good topics, but because King, I can't blame him. He's very young. He'll learn. But you got to hold these. This is why we look like this. We have an administration that nobody holds them accountable, right? So they say what they want to say, and we don't do our proper research where we can jam them so we can get proper answer. That's one. No, the reason why I put the blame why we lose that game yesterday, the blame is on the coach. The coach got out coached yesterday, and he keep doing. If you do the same thing over and over and expect a different result, I don't understand. I don't know if Cranky. Do you think the coach is going through some kind of cognizant disorder? Like, do you see that with this coach? No, I'm serious. I'm not even playing. I'm being very serious.
Look, coaching is a very stressful vocation. It's very stressful, people. And you're being critiqued by hundreds of thousands, sometimes millions of people, right? You're being assessed, you're being poked, you're being prodded. So I understand it. And you also, I'm a digress and say this. I was at an event last week with some people who work for me. They're doing really well now in corporate. And they were saying, and this is not me bragging, I was a good boss. And I said, I'm going to do a show of being a good boss. But I want them to come and explain, what does a good boss look like? Because it's very important, people. Because in my view, my success was because of them. They were the ones who were doing all the execution. I just got credit a lot of time for what they did. And they were brilliant, right? So if you want to, the point I'm trying to make is that if you want to do good, you got to have good people working for you. So if the coach don't have good supporting team, he's gonna be okay. He ain't gonna be great. I don't care how good he is.
If that's the case, okay, no problem. You're right. His supporting cast that's around him, obviously they're failing him, right? And then, if your supporting cast is failing you, the next you look at is your players, right? If you have players that's willing to go out there to run through a brick wall for you, and they continuously proving that for you over and over again, why do you continue to go back to the cast that wasn't moving the needle? This is why I say it's something going on with this coach.
So wait. So give me specifics.
Look at the back line. Did that back line was that the same back line that got us through two shutouts? No, it wasn't.
Okay. You think you just started the same back line?
Of course. If it's working, if it's not broke, why try to fix it? That's what's giving you success.
Okay.
Okay, then we bring in Frey, and we always do this. Frey, I don't think Frey is really a bad player, but Frey is supposed to gradually come into the team, especially in a position like that. You're giving this guy the keys to drive us off the cliff, and that's what happened last night.
But then, did they have an alternative?
Yes. Why continue to bring Anderson and sit him on the bench? If you don't trust him, do not bring him back.
That's a fair point, actually.
Why?
That's a fair point,
doing
actually.
This to this kid?
But is it because he's an 8 versus a 6? Is he more of an 8 versus a 6?
It doesn't matter. He's the perfect person to fit that position right now until Hayden come in. Okay. It's like we're demoralizing this guy, even if he's not an 8 or a 6. We're still demoralizing him. Give him the opportunity. He's there. Let him play.
Yeah.
That's for me, that's not how you build a team, a cohesive team. You promote from within. You don't go outside and bring somebody. How does that make you look as a player? You demoralizing the morals of the team. Let's continue to stick with what's working. CFAS last night, we know CFAS deficiencies, right? His saving grace was Damari Gray. Because I guarantee you, if Damari Gray was there was a yank him off the field. You have Russell. He just wasn't in the game, right? And these are the things that I'm talking about. The proper substitution that we're supposed to make, that we're not making them. And you have, I don't know, and you have Speed and all these people that think they know so much, so pompous, so arrogant, but it's not translating on the field. Especially, okay, fine, rookie mistakes that they're making. Rookie mistakes.
So let me play devil's advocate. Suppose I would say to you, we only lost one game and it's away from home. What would your thoughts be?
Cranky, and if you look at the stats, this team was for the kill. When you're dominating, you continue to dominate. We started off on the flat foot, waiting for them to come attack us. No, I'm the big dog. I'm going to stop. I'm going to put my foot on your neck and I'm going to crush it. You cannot allow a team like that to come at you and you just stand back. Okay, fine. That's just your strategy. Then you get punched in the face and you don't know what the hell to do. You're confused. You saw that one goal and everything is in a uproar, disarray. They don't know what the hell to do.
Yeah, it wasn't the best response to the goal. You know what's very funny about last night's game? If you watch the game, the person who showed the most leadership on the field, there were two things. There was Bobby Reed showing leadership in terms of trying to motivate people and get them set up in right place. But also, the person surprised me the most. Who do you think it is in terms of how he was trying to lead on the field?
And
he didn't start. So let me give you a clue. He didn't start.
He said he didn't start?
He didn't start, no.
I don't know. Who comes on?
I thought Shamar, if you watch Shamar's body language, how he was operating, go watch again. He was trying to tell people it's not over. Let's just keep playing. I remember one time King was arguing the ref at the goal. He just pushed him away, which is not Shamar. The old Shamar wouldn't be like that. The old Shamar would do most of the cussing. He was trying to lead Anthony. Like, let's go play some football. We can't change the ref decision. If it's done, it's done. Yes, we're disappointed, but move on. Or try to get people to compress. He was leading on the field. I was very impressed with him because I watched Samar before, up close and personal, especially went to Orlando 3 years ago, and I thought his behavior was reprehensible. Seriously. I've had a conversation with him too, subsequently, not about that, but he's a nice person when I engage him. But I was very impressed with the leadership yesterday, even though he didn't get a lot of minutes, and he probably was very disappointed. So there are people on the team who are very, very motivated, who do want to win, who are trying to figure out ways for us to be better. So it's not all doom and gloom, but it's extremely, extremely disappointing.
Well, guess what? Cranky Shamar need to leave from the bench. Period. This game wasn't for him.
He played well though. He missed a sitter. He missed a sitter, but he played well.
That's what I'm saying to you. This game wasn't for him. This game was too quick, too fast. That turf was the pace of this game is not for him. He doesn't have the legs anymore. This kid that they bring up, Burrell. That's what Burrell are making. It wasn't Shamar making. Right? Yeah. And I understand. Yeah, he's a nice guy, all of that, but I'm trying to win. And it's like this. I remember when I came onto your show when you first got on board. I said, you know what? Y'all don't know what Trinidad is like. This team is a very good team, right? And you're seeing it now. We probably have to go to Trinidad in a dogfight to try to beat them to make it to the World Cup, right? That's one. Two, if Jamaica do not make it to the World Cup, fans and everybody that's out there that's listening, let them figure it out. Don't support, don't show up, don't do anything. Cranky, right now, it's from 98 to 2025, right? We've been keep on doing the same thing over and over, and it's not working for us. The rest of the world, especially in CONCACAF, is working. Everybody else is improving. If we do not make it to the World Cup, my advice to Speed and the administration, although you guys, it's hard for me to even give y'all advice because y'all don't even listen, y'all don't care. But Cranky, this is a business, right?
Right.
You have generations of kids the opportunity have came and gone, and it's wasted for them. They're on the side of the street, meaning they didn't get it. The foundation wasn't there for them to get that proper opportunity, right? Because we decided to use the money to invest and bringing players overseas and trying to make it to the World Cup so we can make money to develop the system, when we can say, you know what, let's just go with locals and let's build it from within.
Yeah.
Because obviously it's not working, Cranky. We're wasting too much money and we're not getting the money back in return. What have we won that we can say, you know what, we made pretty good money for us to keep going and keep doing it? No, we're always in the negative. That's why we're always begging for money. It's not working.
Yeah. All right, so you get more than 5 minutes.
Well, Cranky, I appreciate you. Listen, man, Cranky, continue to hold these people accountable. When you get them, don't hold up. Put your foot on their neck.
No,
right?
Why them do the right thing?
No, you need to. You have to choke them out because somebody got to hold these people accountable. Get away with murder too much. Enough is enough.
All right, sir. Thanks for the call. Appreciate it.
Right.
All right, bless. Good morning. Who am I speaking to?
All right.
Hello.
Manas.
Who am I speaking to?
Morning, thank.
Who am I speaking to? Good morning, sir. Who am I speaking to?
Oh, man, a truth, I call, man.
Truth. The man last night who called me an idiot. Go ahead.
Well, I didn't call you an idiot. So
they say I'm speaking rubbish.
I said you chat rubbish.
Okay.
That's the fact.
Okay, so let's hear your intellect and your thoughtfulness. Give me a perspective. Go ahead.
All right, so first thing I feel like say a lot of y'all are very emotional.
Okay.
And first thing I know about people that are emotional, they tend to make bad judgment. Right? That's the first thing. No, me and man I say we shall continue with the side. There are problems with the side from the get-go. From the first window at the final round, right? The problem with the side was Russell was not playing good from the get. He was struggling, right? And we know Cephas' problem from day one. So when me and man I say, yo, continuity, and we have problems, that not add up to me. That not make no sense to me. All right? Now me and man attack Bell, Ethan Pinnock, and Ian Frey. Now let me say this. Who beat Bell? Bell was playing better than Greg Lay. Ethan Pinnock was one of the best. He was the best defender and defender. Again, you pick defenders to do what first? Defend. He was the best defender. Of course, King did a push-up and I make some pass and all of that. Not a bad game. I understand that them not match each other's style of ball. They are the same players, basically. And for shoot more start lower over King. All right? But the problem was not really with them per se, while with the goal score. The goal score, come go back watch the game a second time, you know. I'm going to pause the goal. I'm going to pause the play upon the Conqueror 5. I'm pause it to see where the players them there and see what happened when the first goal. Right? But before the goal was scored, Mr. say the rest of the problem on the field already because he's not running, him not playing midfield, and there's a big gap. Every time Fred hit the ball, a Curaçao player is right there to pick it up.
So one second, but the justification for Russell is that he scores goals. That's why he's on the field.
Well, here why problem now. If I go, him have to go scrum and play forward and come off for the field because their job have to be in the midfield. They cannot have a job and don't play it because you are going to look at what you do, but you cause problem to the side. Remember, it's a team thing, you know, and again, we are play a side enough for them home on a turf that we're not really good at. You see what I say? So, move the sacrifice my midfield to say, okay, I'm going to score on one goal. No. Because guess what? Every side are gonna get a chance at us, and if them score, we're in a problem. That's what Curaçao did today. Yesterday, you know, they scored a goal, and when you look on the play, Russell was basically crawling back, watching the midfielder take enough time to keep the shot. Yes, the referee did a black view. That's why I'm not die because this is him see it late. As him see it late because the referee was actually in the way if I watch the game. If I replay the game and see, he was in the way. So when me hear man, I say, yo, coach, the only problem I see the coach make was him play Russell. And then Ian Frey, no, I'm talking about Ian Frey. Me and man, I talk about Ian Frey. Should have come to the team, man. And this should have started and rubbish. No, Ian Fred did made a few.
You can't use another word from rubbish. Can you just say you don't agree with them?
All right, I don't agree with it, right?
Jesus, well, now if we go hard, don't it? Now if we go hard, we can't go soft.
But go hard, still,
All right, go on, man.
So I understand what I'm saying. All right, fine, that's fine. All right, I'm gonna agree with that statement there. The reason I'm gonna agree with the statement, even though he did make a few mistakes, clear, he got the ball a couple times, he was confident on the ball and he did the job for most part. The problem was when him have the ball at the midfield, there wasn't that cohesion around him for the ball play around like it should. Because again, Russell is too high. You know, realize that Kadamateri was basically behind Russell for most of a lot of the game. Russell play higher than him like a MI striker. So we had an issue there. And guess what? Guess what? Curaçao best strength, our biggest strength. The midfield. So of course it will look the way it look. Because the midfield is not compact enough for set up traps and win it and pass that 1-2 that never. And then again, you have Cephas now. Cephas have a talent where them a bank on, and if it don't work, the game looks stupid. Right?
Wait, does it work most time or not?
It don't work most time.
Okay.
But Jamaican fan base tend to like that type of thing. I don't come and say, yo, there's no way Cephas start ever great for me. No time. And why? Because you know what Gray can do a Cephas do, and he has more team game, right? No, Cephas is really fast. Don't get me wrong. You can bring him on as a super sub and all of that. Nothing's wrong with that. He better than you put Tyrese Campbell on the next side, because I saw something with Tyrese Campbell, you know, where a real problem to the team, right? He's really good, but he's not strong with his left foot. So you see what Tyrese Campbell get forced to do most of the game is to go down the line. When he can cut in, him not cut in. And if he do cut in, him afraid to get the shot. When time get a volley in the second half, you know, and he swing with him left foot and he miss it, you can clearly say if he don't can use it, he's not comfortable with his left foot. So put him on the side there.
But if you put him on the side, you're playing Cephas. Are you playing Cephas on the right?
Make him cut back. Make him cut back.
Yeah.
Swing it in or try to kick it to the far post. Make him try them something there.
So wait, truth. If you put him on the left, what do you do with Cephas?
Cephas a bench.
Okay. Me have to give one more minute. The phone ring. Me have to give 1 more minute. But
no problem.
Summarize.
Yeah, man, no problem. So the game wasn't a terrible game, right? If I realized the man scored for first goal from the midfield, which I have a problem with that because we already said that already. But it wasn't a terrible game. So we don't understand all the fun. Too much emotional people, bro. You have to calm down, relax.
True. You know, football is an emotional game, right?
Yeah, but the thing is, my bank, when I notice, when I know about life, so if you're too emotional, you would rash things and then regret it.
All right.
A lot of time, people do things and then after when them calm down, they must say, John, no.
That is definitely a lesson learned. That's true. I totally agree with that one. But if you don't have emotion, you don't have a sport. If you don't have emotion, you know, it shouldn't be that sport. If you don't have emotion, it should be that sport.
No, right. I have emotion. My cussing, when I play, I am low than cussing, you know. But it's after I done, I can pull back myself and say, yo, what really going on? So, where was the problem? You have to calm every day. All
right.
But
yeah, man. I appreciate the call.
No problem.
Bless up. Even though the man called me idiot and he didn't say me talk rubbish, but it was a good call. He made a lot of good points. I know some people say he's not talking, but he made a lot of good points. And people make good points, you have to acknowledge it. He made a lot of good points, actually. And by the way, people, you can go watch my previous videos. I've been calling out the Russell thing for a long time. Rudolph Speed said on Ball Pre, I'm blessed up Ball Pre if you're listening, that he scored goals. And you know, that was it. And I'm thinking, well, if you don't score a goal, I'm the you're a midfielder. You're not a center forward, you're not a left, right, you're not right winger and left winger. If you don't score goals, what do you do on the field? Because my stomach, which is my belly, which is the key part that holds me up, that is not being taken care of. Good morning. Who am I speaking to? Hello?
Hey, Cranky.
Yeah, who am I speaking to?
Yeah, Steve here, man. First time caller.
All right, Steve, thanks for calling. What do you have to say, Steve?
Yeah, man. I watched the game yesterday and I saw Whisper. Even though he plays 10 minutes, I think that they could start him, move him to Russell's position. That is my observation, right? Because Russell didn't play well. We want to keep Campbell on that side because he played very well. So I think they could move in, put Whisper in, and take out Russell.
But when you play 4-2-4, how would that work?
The same formation, but just remove Russell.
But then if you put Whisper in, you're gonna have Whisper, Campbell, Cephas, and Kadamarti. 3 wingers and 1 center forward. How would that work? Because some of them will play in the middle of the park. Or are you gonna move somebody in the middle, and which one of them can play in the middle?
So isn't Russell one of the
No, Russell's not a forward. Russell just
no, not forward. I mean the middle.
He's the middle. He's the middle. But I'm saying if you put in Cephas, you gotta replace
Russell.
Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
So I would say take out Russell.
Right.
And put Whisper there.
You want to put Whisper in the 10 or whatever Russell was playing, because nobody knows where Russell plays.
Yeah, Russell rubbish, man. He's not good. So because the 10 minutes I saw Whisper, it wasn't bad, right? Keep Campbell on that side here and persist with Cephas, because you don't know what you're gonna get with it, right?
Yeah.
So I will keep Cephas. It's a gamble, but keep him. He can make something happen sometime, and even though he's not dependable, but keep him there and move it, because I saw the 10 minutes with Whisper. He plays the ball well, and I think that he can't do any worse than Russell.
Yeah, no, look, I think Whisper played well. That is not debatable. In a very short cameo, he looked good on the field. But sometimes you play a longer game and it's different. Okay, then you have to exert more energy. You come on with 10 minutes and you can run as hard as you want to. But you have to pace yourself if you play 90 minutes. So that may be a little bit different. But yeah, he looked good, especially somebody's been out for a long time, hasn't played a ton of football. He did look good. And Dixon also looked good, actually. Yeah.
So that's just my 2 cents there.
Yeah, man. Appreciate the call, sir.
All right, no worries. Cool.
A couple of things, people. I want to play the press conference. You know why? You're the press conference. People. So we play the press conference. We come on here about 9 something. Yeah, I get a chance. Good morning. Who am I speaking to? Odell. Where I say Odell? Odell, you wake up. You all right, Odell? You wake up. You all right?
Well, well, it's still, but you see, what happened now is none of the players them were come on after and play last 15, 20 minutes. But now I say, start them, because them a play the team on tired legs and all that. So they can't really do that. But what I say is the long pass game, right? If we're gonna play that style of game, I think that conflict things out here, because when teams normally play that style, like especially back in the 90s and early 2000s, you have to use 2 forwards. There's no way around it. Because if not, them are going to just double team, put 2 man by your forward. And if them do that, them shut down your whole offense. You understand? And
which is what happened yesterday, actually.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, if you have it work when you have, the only way it will work if them take out my boy from Leicester City.
Bobby Reid, yeah.
And Russell should play. Because you have to have a creative up there, somebody we can control like a Dick, so we can create on him own, and you have to use 2 forward like a Kadamarti and Borrell. You have to do the R Shamar, one of them, but 2 of them have to up there. That's the only way it can work. So that was we feel like they were trying to mix it, and it can't work because Russell and Bobby Reid are technical players. They're a system player. When them get the ball, they might look to pass it, and you know what I mean? So that kind of mess up things. And the next thing what them do wrong is, you see the shoes, there's a shoe, them normally use the artificial grass shoes, they call AG Pros, right?
Yeah.
They weren't using that. They are playing that last night, our team. They were playing them regular cleats. And that's why I see them slip, and when they kick the ball, it it just go far and them something. They have to use their special shoes for that.
Yeah, especially Pinnock was struggling yesterday to pass the ball, which is not something he normally struggles on. People don't seem to realize that his ball was flat versus looping and going over the top to get it behind. Yeah, it was very obvious.
But the thing is, shouldn't the team know, say, the players have special shoes for this? Because it's not, you can't play with the same. It doesn't work as a professional.
That would take some.
So
I don't know what they played in, so we have to wait and hear if anybody noticed that. They look like regular studs. They look like regular cleats.
Regular studs, exactly. Yeah. And that's not what they have to play. Look on it good. At the team, Campbell had on his regular shoes, and you can see it. So that's something like we were unprepared. We don't think about them something. But then again, at JFF, so you know what I mean. But they are ball still, so me make some of them.
All right, cool. Pastor Carlo there. Appreciate it. Good morning. Who am I speaking to?
Yeah, good morning. This is Courtney. I don't know if you're on live. I just book up your thing.
On live. You want to talk live or you want to talk off live?
Off live.
All right, cool. All right. Good morning. Who am I speaking to?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello. Thanks for taking my call.
We have 5 minutes. We have to tell everybody we have 5 minutes because enough caller coming. I'll be fair to everybody. Go ahead.
Okay. Regarding the question you asked, Mr. Speed, it was an appropriate question. It is important to go on the record, and you know, you're getting a pushback. You're getting the pushback you're getting for that question because it's the right question. Jamaican people, we do not operate in an intelligent fashion, and everything is not disrespect. We need to end this practice of taking everything as disrespectful. It's not. Because if you see something that is continuous and there's no change, then the logical question to ask is it being addressed? You understand? And it's not being addressed, so it's a problem. And trust me, the way our CFAS plays is kind of the way our Jamaicans like to play. It's the way the football elites in Jamaica, the people who are running the football, kind of want to play. They do not want ball possession, right? Also, in the discussion, Mr. Speed said, and I've heard it in other places, that Jamaica does not have the players to play ball possession football. That has never been questioned, because if a player is educated in football, that player is supposed to be able to fit in a particular system. Ethan Pinnock, when he's playing at Brentford, under the previous coach, it was a ball possessing team. He played ball possessing football at Brentford. So we have players in the team who are acquainted with playing ball possessing football.
Right. So I mean, most of the players are gonna play in teams that are not playing. I mean, think about all the players on the team. Most football teams nowadays try to play. Not they all do it really well, but try to play possession football. If they don't, it's because the opposition is just better, so they have to revert to another strategy to allow them to be effective. There's really any football team nowadays. I mean, England is going back a little bit more to the more ball over the top. You're seeing more of that happening to stretch the defense. But most teams play ball position football. I try to play it anyway. So they do, but they try to play it. Yeah.
At heart, the technical people in Jamaica, like Mr. Speed and those people, they do not believe in ball position football. They don't. They are not enthusiastic about it, and they need to compete with the fans. It can be done. The players that we have can play that way. Just say we don't believe in it. We're not going to do it, and it's for us to accept it or not. But what it is clear to me that the people who control the football in Jamaica do not believe in ball possessing football.
I'm not sure. I mean, is that they don't believe, or they're saying we don't have the requisite skill set to play ball possession? Is that it? More of it?
But that's not true, because we have players on the team who at their clubs they play ball possessing football. So the notion that we do not have the requisite players, I doubt that. Create the system and make the players play in the system. I have one more central point. The reason why I support your question to Mr. Speed regarding CFAS is the same reason why other trends that the team displays are also not being corrected. For example, the team in the first, say, around 30 minutes of the game, the team is very flat. They tend to be very passive, and they're conceding goals in that time span. Nothing has been done to address this problem. And the same thing occurred last night. The same thing occurred in the Gold Cup. And the team tend to come out the first 30 minutes, around the first 30 minutes, and they are very passive.
All right. I hear you, sir. I appreciate the call. Appreciate the call, sir.
Your website, is it still running?
Yeah, it's running, but I haven't doing it all this for a month because I've been extremely busy, but I plan to start next week.
Okay, I'll call you next time. I have some ideas that I want to pitch to you.
All right.
The website.
All right, cool. I appreciate it. All right, thanks.
You're welcome.
Someone just called me. I got to call him back. This phone is busy. Whoever just call me back. Actually, there's like 2 or 3 numbers there, and I want to do it in sequence. If you just call back. I'll say a couple of things. One is look, there's been a lot of great points made this morning. I know sometimes we can't get consensus on people's perspective, right? That happens. Phone ring again. Good morning. Who am I speaking to?
Yeah, me just call on, but you get cut off a while ago.
All right, go on. Who am I speaking to?
Courtney.
Go ahead, Courtney. Go on.
No, me that's want to talk to you off here.
When the show is done about the show is done when it's done. I don't know what I mean. I feel like it done. So you know what, Courtney? Wait, let me just make sure we get your number before we go, cause don't give me a number in a year. Me find a way to put it off. All right.
All right, cool.
I'll call me back in about an hour's time. Come back in about an hour's time.
All right, no problem.
All right, cool. Good morning. Who am I speaking to?
Good morning, Crankies. Emma, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm holding on, man. Listening to the discourse.
Well, this is the morning after therapy session, so I'm here to be the therapist.
Boy, I was shocked when I got up and saw that you were on this time of day. I'm like, what's going on here?
I need some therapy myself, so I might as well come talk to everybody and get my therapy too.
Okay. Well, in therapy, we have to understand and address what the actual issue is. I think some of the fans, and I deliberately don't label myself as a fan because I think fans are lunatics, they're fanatics. It's
right.
Not I view it as a pejorative, right? I'm a supporter. That's the way I view myself.
Okay.
Right now, the question you said you were getting bashed about the question. The question you asked was not an inappropriate question. I think form and manner, time and place.
Okay.
Like how would you expect? How did you really expect Speed? And he was very diplomatic. He was smart about it because he could not answer the question without if he answered it honestly with when he has to interact with the player, right? It could be a problem. So we seem to expect we don't understand that diplomacy has to be exercised. People have to be, as you say, politically correct when you're in a certain position. It's easy for spectators and people who are out here to say, "Oh, a man should say this," or "the coach should answer this way and that way." The coach has considerations that we don't have, that he has to take into account when he's speaking, right?
So stop right a second. Let me ask a question. When should the question be asked?
We can debate it and discuss it here. You have access to him.
No. Speed told me he's not coming back on YouTube. I was shocked to see him. He told me that person not coming back on YouTube. So when we haven't seen Speed in this forum for a long time, so you have no access to ask the question. And frankly, I want the question in the public domain because it's the most divisive comments on any of these forums. If you look at the last night program during the game, after the game, it's the most. Go check in the script. It's the most comments you get. CFAS with the same theme. Yes.
Remember what I said about fans?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what I have noticed is that people tend to highlight the negatives more than the positives. They have been
That's human
bashing
tendency.
CFAS.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not good. It's not good. And if you say you support a team, right, those players make up the team. If you constantly denigrate and berate the players, if they have an ear and hear all of this, what do you think it does to their confidence?
No, he needs to change. No, call out. No, he needs to change.
Changed.
No, he has not changed. No, I disagree with you. He hasn't changed. Same way he plays every single game.
No, hold on. All right, let me lay out some points, because I've been watching this guy. The first time I saw him play was in Dallas at the Nations League.
Right. Okay.
I was there. I saw it live, and I immediately saw that the guy had something. I also saw the deficiency.
I was there also, but go ahead.
He has something, but he has some deficiencies. We're not remembering that CFAS was not originally, based on what I've learned, he was not originally a footballer. So he came to this thing late.
Okay.
So if you look at the way the guys who have played since they're young, right? The good ones, like when Whisper came on last night, immediately you saw quality.
True.
Immediately.
That is true.
Right? Now he has been trained properly by Craig and now Chelsea, right? So he has a different, he'll bring a different thing to the game, right? But CFAS's attributes are such that they are beneficial to the team, but we just have to figure out how to harness it and when to use it, Cranky. For example, I saw him make, okay, we talk about long balls. I think most of the long balls that we do are, they're well-meaning, but what I always say is the players need to work on them rangefinders, because they just spraying the balls with no accuracy. Then just a fire shot away. And I saw CFAS make a pass last night. It was an he had to lob it, not lob. He made a pass. It was an aerial pass, and it was perfect, on point, directly to the player. Now, for people who say this guy doesn't think, when I see those things, and I have seen him when he runs past players, when he takes on players and he runs past and he gets up into the final third, and there's nobody to give the ball to. And then when he holds on to it, and he's not a close quarters operator, that's one of his deficiencies. So when he gets up there and then they double team him and he's hemmed in, then it's a little bit of a problem. But he gets up there and there's nobody to receive the ball.
So I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to give you an example.
Go ahead.
Something like that. First half, had a ball, beat the man in the box. He fell. He took 3 touches and never looked up. And then he lost the ball and tried to backheel it. The first thing you watch Gray play. Watch Gray play, because I watch Gray closely, up close and personal, and I watch CFAS up close and personal. Gray's head is on a swivel. Should I pass? Should I beat? Should I go wide? CFAS head is always down, always going forward, never
Not
on a
always.
swivel. Always. Once he may cross the ball, but he looks up, which is when CFAS look across the ball, it always most of it gets to his destination, and he looks great. And here's what you're missing, Carla, which is very important, people. Consistency is an imperative. If you give me 1 out of 10, then you're hurting me 9 times.
Yes, fair enough. But again, I'm saying to you, Cranky, that the level of stick this kid gets is unfair, man, and it's not helpful. That's my point.
Right. But you think, Carla, I don't disagree with you that we have to be mindful of what we say in the public forum, all of us, especially those with platforms, and also how we engage players. But I can tell you, some players who have exceptional abilities in certain areas, if that ability is not consistently demonstrated and executed, and they have some deficiencies which manifest themselves most of the times, they're going to get beaten, right?
No, I don't have a problem with the beating of Cranky. Right. I posted something earlier. I said there's a difference between a performance review and berating and denigrating the player.
That's true.
Okay? So how we do things matters. And again,
yes, that's fair. That's fair point.
He is in the team. He's a member of the team. The coach them value him. So if we keep tearing him down and talk about him stupid, and he hears that, at some point, if he's not mentally strong, it might mess with his game. We want to get somewhere. So yes, it's not perfect, and I will not sit here and tell you that Cephas is the finished article. I mean, I'd be a madman to say that.
Right.
But to say that he does not have any redeeming value is wrong. I think he can be used. Maybe he's not being used effectively. Last night was not a game for him. That pitch was terrible. It was too small, so it was not suited for him.
Look, you made some very good points. I mean, the how is very important. We always think about, the outcome as the barometer to make your assessment, when actually the outcome is just the result of what got you there. And I would agree with you that sometimes we can be very, very harsh to the extreme. But you gotta mention this, because I always have people do this. I ask everybody to do this. If you think we are bad, go watch the more footballing countries and how they deal with their players and how they assess their coaches and their administrators. It's no different. It's people. It's a very emotive environment, and you're asking somebody to be normalized and operate. It doesn't really work.
We have to be better. We are a smaller country. We don't have the tool that the others have, so we can't.
I disagree with you. You know why I disagree with you? Our aggressiveness is our aggressiveness is one of our attributes that allow us as a people to do well in the global stage. The confidence, sometimes the ego, and the belief that nothing can stop me. That is something that differentiates Jamaicans. People don't seem to realize that.
How it's expressed matters as well. And
that's true. That's true. That's true.
Something somebody said to you earlier about emotional people, and it's 100% right. If you notice me, I make a joke about it. Say we have a group called Emotionals, and there are a bunch of lead singers and backup singers. If you're an emotional person, you will make bad decisions. If you run off emotions, I won't say what I was going to say, but emotions, while valuable, if they're not controlled, will lead you to disaster.
So, Carla, I'm not gonna. Here's my point on that. Look at the Jamaica football team, and look at people in general. We all can be monolithic. We have to be different. I'll give you an example. Do you ever see Pinnock show emotions? That's what some people beat him about. Pinnock is the same bland person doing the same thing over, calm, sometimes looking like he not give effort. People then praise Dixon and praise Cephas for their effort because they move quickly, right? But some people move with their brain and some people move with their bodies, right? They all do things differently. So the point I'm trying to make is this. I understand the concept of emotions and managing your emotions, but in sport, it's very volatile, it's very emotive, and it's very hard to tell people not to be emotional. It's the smartest people you know. Look, I'll give you look at Damian Lowe, for example. People think Damian Lowe not smart. That is totally so far from the truth. You go sit and talk with Damian Lowe.
Nobody can think so, Damian Lowe.
But no, people will say that. But the way he plays football suggests that he may not be, right? The way he's aggressive, move out his position, leave gaps.
Different enough, Frankie.
Exactly, but that's the thing. It's exactly it's the same thing with football emotions with fans. It's different.
Well, I know I'm 5 minutes run out. Let me address something else real quick.
All right, go on.
One thing that I've noticed, and I watched the rondos that the guys perform in training, the little that they show us, and I'm flabbergasted by the lack of being able to put together maybe 5 or 6 passes without losing the ball. And it shows up in game, and I can't understand it, right? We talk about the pitch, like on our pitch back home or some of the other crappy pitches. Why can't we have the same level of the passing I saw going on in England, right, when we played the Unity Cup? Why are we not consistent with that? Why the man them always look like them don't know if to pass, them don't know if to control, body position wrong. Sometimes I see guys going into tackles sideways, and some things were basic. I see these professionals doing and not doing it correctly. How do we explain that? Because to me, if we cannot control and possess the ball, people think when we say man for be able to knock around the ball, we're trying to play like Spain. No, if you cannot knock around the ball, how you going to retain the ball for ease off pressure or pass your way out of a problem instead of just booting the ball away and giving it back to the opposition?
Well, I do think
tiki-taka.
Yeah, no, it's interesting because look, you get to me in football, you get confidence from your midfield, a lot of it, right? So if I give you the ball under pressure, can you use the ball really well? And do you put yourself in a position to get the ball? People like Russell, to me, are not creating environment and situation and spaces to receive the ball. The one time we drop our shoulder in the entire game yesterday was Kara Anderson dropping her shoulder. and leaving 2 men behind. That's an imperative in midfield.
That was a Gavin Birch type movie.
But you need that in midfield to get rid yourself of the opposition, so you can then have their defense running around, being concerned, and you can get the ball move forward. We don't create spaces. We don't create situations. The ball never goes between the line where forward can run onto it behind the team. King did it one time, actually. We did it a couple times in the second half. King did it.
Times,
yeah. We played the ball behind him. We should have scored off those plays. And King's play was also part of that.
We need to do more of that. We need to do more of that.
Yes, I totally agree with you. But it's a very good call, Carla. I appreciate the call.
Yeah, man, no problem.
All right, cool. All right, people. See, let me know when you agree with people who agree with me. If people don't agree with me and it makes sense, then I have to agree with them. I have to agree with them, people. It's a really interesting situation for us. I mean, 2 callers talk about fans' emotions. Fans' emotion is part of the whole equation. Good morning.
Good morning, man. How you doing, man?
I'm doing well. How you doing?
I have seen much better days, man. Much better days.
And what's wrong?
We're not lose, man.
Oh. It's about the game.
That means people now got happy Tuesday forgot me after party.
You have well, you know, Jamaicans like party. So what you mean for on Tuesday?
Yeah, me they hope. They hope say we win and then we go win at Jamaica and qualify for the World Cup. So you know everybody that got to make me at the one umbrella after party. So it's bitter.
Well, no, the game is still on. Everything is not lost today. If you beat Birmingham, still in the mix. No, I understand. I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying, but I'm saying it's not all is not lost.
No, I'm promoting an event after the game.
At a club. No, I know. You say a club event at Mecca, right?
Yeah, so you know, happy people party, right?
Well, they win Tuesday, they'll feel better.
Yeah, but that's how it go.
Yeah, man.
But anyway, my assessment, so I got you say 5 minutes, you know, so I got to talk about 3 minutes.
Okay.
And 40 seconds, and left here that 20 seconds to play my commercial here.
I'm gonna show me a play, but go on.
Anyway, my assessment for the game is this, right? Me think the coach start the game showing too much respect to Curaçao. And when him stop showing the respect, Mr. say we did better. And I honestly think that we can turn it around. And I'm gonna take the positive from the game when I see Whisper as a much more mature player. And I saw that Dixon can play the 10. And you know, to me, I just one of those days. You know, me not think if me pick a start in 11, would I pick a much different one. But everybody can say after the fact, you know. So
sure.
It's easy to say things after it happened. But if you didn't make the decision, would you make a different one? And you know, it's easy to point fingers. And we are human beings.
Right.
And I am okay, so just like everybody else, may have things when me get emotional about, but like a lot of times, there are certain things me level-headed. Like if me a drive and a man almost kill me in an accident, me can just, by 2 seconds, me can forget about it and just move on, and it's like it never happened. But that is my natural gift from the Messiah, and me have to understand and everybody think like me.
Okay.
You know? So sometimes, as I say, people are gonna be emotional, and a lot of people are gonna say things after the fact, but before the fact, what would you do? Right?
True.
I saw what happened. I saw that we went there knowing that they have to win and try to catch them on the counter. They scored a goal that, you know, and both goals weren't from, well, the first goal didn't come from a mistake. And the second goal was, you know, so I just one of them there, and, you know, Russell kick a ball, we almost go over the line. And the keeper,
you mean Russell miss a ball? Miss kick a ball? Because in the 7-yard line.
Yeah. So
he miskicked and the ball trickled and didn't go in the goal. I think Nicholson had a very clear chance. I think King goal was a good goal. So there were opportunities actually to get a better outcome than we got. Because they didn't get a lot of chances. No. They scored 2 good goals. I think the first one can be disputed. Second one was a good goal, but I think Dembele could have done better defensively. And then they had a shot in the box where the guy slipped, where he was wide open. So if you reassess the match and rewatch the match and assess the match, you can see Jamaica had played much better in the second half. But as you're right, we gave too much room in the first half for whatever reason, and it manifests itself in them having a better first half than us. I wasn't overly impressed with Curaçao, to be honest. I thought they were an okay team. I know they were missing their best player, but we could have done better.
And that I agree with. But as we said yes, may have to face if you not go play the commercial, I can plug it a little bit then
Yeah,
verbally.
plug it. Go on.
Yeah, man. So people, if you're there Jamaica for the game, all of the players, enough of the player, them, some of them can speak for everybody. I go to turn up the club maker. A lot of entertainers gonna be there. A lot of beautiful ladies come out enjoying themselves after we beat Trinidad, after we beat Bermuda, and just get we campaign together. So come party at the One Umbrella Party. Club Maker, Kingston, Jamaica. Out of respect, Ranky.
Yeah, man. Bless up. No problem. All right, that's One Umbrella people having an after party with the view that hopefully the team will win and the party can be fun. Somebody text me. I'm gonna read this text actually. It said, "Greetings, Casey." They call me Casey people for whatever reason. The players that we have are not as good as we thought. Unfortunately, unfortunately, coaching, we need ballers with high IQ. But now the question about the IQ people come get beaten. What I would say is that and I didn't even go to people. I haven't had a chance this morning to go to. I had a lot to say, and then I got so many calls in, which I do appreciate, by the way, because people have to give their view. My view is out there in the public domain. It's known a lot in terms of my view. I'm gonna call it a couple of things. The CFA. I understand the view that people think it wasn't the right question in the right form. I keep talking about it, but I do think it was meant to say, please tell us if we've had a conversation with a player. Because if you're a player and I keep telling you something you're not doing it, I'm gonna bench you. Sorry. Until you change, I'm gonna bench you. And like everything is in life, if you get benched because of a certain thing you're not doing, you will try to do it. Otherwise, why should you change? You know, do the same thing over and over again with most time the same outcome. Secondly, the other question about the midfield and Tyrese Hall and Ravel Morrison and Daniel Johnson, those are questions we ask the coaches every single time. Why wouldn't I ask that in a public forum? Those are the ones that get asked at press conferences every single time for every coach. Two could get asked a question about Billingham, about Foden, about Grealish. Why can't we ask those questions? Of Rudolph Speed, who is not a technical advisor and part of the coaching staff. Why can't we ask that question of him in any forum at any time? Third of all, it's the same thing we've been preaching from day one. The midfield, the midfield, the midfield, the midfield. Same thing we said against yesterday. It's a theme. So if you have people out there who are playing regular football, because Russell is not playing regular football, Bobby Johnson really not playing regular football, and Ian Frey is playing football. Is he playing in the CDM role? Why wouldn't we ask those questions? And we keep hearing that Ravel is not this and Ravel is not that. As you hear Joe Dono said last night, and we have talked about a while, to me, even if he plays on the beach with a big belly, he's better than what we have. I'm sorry, he is. And that game, you needed a maestro yesterday. Somebody calm the game down, speed the game up. Somebody's comfortable in the ball. Somebody's not going to run for the ball. He's going to go get the ball. Ravel always go get the ball. He don't care who's marking him. We don't have that in the team. Most players are hiding. I don't want to keep beating Russell, but Russell hasn't played well in God knows when. Since he played in Guatemala and Jamaica, he hasn't played well. That's a series of games. He doesn't deserve to start. If you look in the midfield, there's no cover. He doesn't provide any cover or anything. And people say he's playing the 10. I don't know where he's playing. Look like he's playing center forward. And yes, he scored a few goals. But if my midfield only score goals, you can't play in my midfield. That may sound contradictory. They may sound nonsensical. But your job is to be the person who protect the back four and help your forwards produce. And if you're not doing that, I'm sorry, you can't play in my team. And it's not about calling out any specific player, but that's obvious. In terms of the team picking, look, I mean, King, Holgate, Lowe, Pinnock, most of them not playing any football, no people. King is been on the bench for St. Mirren. Pinnock is on the bench for Brentford. Lowe is not playing for Houston. And my understanding is that Holgate, who I'm not watching, is not playing a lot of football. My whole center half is not playing a lot of football. I brought that up the other day and I got cursed out about how stupid the question was. And we saw yesterday the team didn't look fit. Players look out of sync. Because they're not playing regular football. In practice, is different from game. Game is game. Games is repetition. Game is, when you're playing the CONCACAF World Cup qualified and people are playing all out, you got to be fit. You have to have that repetition. You have to be doing it consistently. We're not doing it. People are saying CFAS is not playing consistently also. But to me, when CFAS plays, does the same thing over again. We put Campbell at a position to accommodate CFAS, right? And people cause Campbell on the right. And he had an up and gate day yesterday, but he plays on the left for his club. We put him on the right. It's a big deal. People say Dixon should get me more game time, but at whose expense? Is it Cephas' expense? Is it Campbell's expense? Maybe. Now Whisper come in the mix. Does it affect Dixon's play? You can't play everybody. Burrell didn't get any game. Nicholson got a few minutes. Kadamari got no service. And all these things are fair. But I do think in the midfield, it's ridiculous that we didn't bring in like a Tyrese Hall, who is playing a lot of football, who is scoring goal, who is running all day, who has great potential, and who is young. This is ridiculous. That should not be the case. And then we can't get a good explanation because it's the wrong question in the wrong time for the wrong forum. But if I don't see the person in any forum to ask a question, if we can't ask the coach question because you have to be in Jamaica to ask question press conference, and if you're not, you can't ask question when they're remote, then when are you going to ask the question to who and when for this window? I don't understand that. And it gets frustrating. Now, I understand the opposing view about the emotive element and how we are reactive and how we're Monday morning quarterback. I ask people to go do this. Go check my streams. Go check my perspective on all of these things. This is not no Monday morning quarterback. This is calling this out from day one and saying the same thing over and over again, right? This call out was last Thursday on that call. I'm not Monday morning quarterback. I call these things out from day one, and I ask people, and I say, I'm going to do this once. I'm going to start clipping myself and put them out there so when they happen, because they're very obvious, they don't take a lot of thought, we're going to see them happening, right? A lot of calls were good. Even the calls which I don't agree with, I thought there were good points that people made. And I appreciate those calls because, as I've always said, everybody needs to have a voice. And because we don't agree with something, doesn't mean you should have a voice and provide your perspective. Jay says, Cranky, listen, the man make it clear he's not interested in using any midfield, as why we do expect him to bring midfielders. Yeah, but, I heard somebody talked about Rudolph's team the other day. They were talking about the most boring team to watch in the JPL and which team are not attractive. I forgot who did the interview, and they mentioned Cavaliers. Nobody plays kick and run football anymore, people. They may play kick and run if their team is not better than if they play transition football or counter-attacking football. They give them more technical terms. But if their team is not as good as the other team and the team outpossesses them, they may try something different. But most people want to keep the ball. You know why you keep the ball, people? You can rest on offense because it's hard chasing people. You've played football. Most of you play football, you don't get tired when you have the ball, no? Even when you're tired, you're not tired when you have the ball. When you don't have the ball, when you feel the pressure, when you feel tired. So I don't understand that. I don't understand that. It doesn't make sense to me. But let me say this, because I'm going to close this down soon. First of all, and I seem to be doing this more and more nowadays, this was an impromptu, I'm going to call it meeting that we just had, or show that I just had, because I woke up and was just frustrated. I can't believe I'm doing it. I woke up and the first thing that came to my mind was we lost yesterday. And I reflected on the game just quickly and said, there's no way Curaçao team should have beaten us. I thought Curaçao was better because I haven't watched them a lot. I wasn't overly impressed with Curaçao. The wingers are decent players, one and two good midfielders. To me, their defense is not that good. And we didn't score against them. And Bermuda scored 2 against this defense. Bermuda scored 2 against this defense. We didn't score 1 goal. Did we miss chances? Yeah, but we should have credited more. We had 3 clear-cut chances, or 4 to me. Anglin, by the way, who's not been mentioned, I think he took a brilliant shot from about 40 yards out, which the keeper made a brilliant save. Their keeper was good. He made a save on Cephas. He made a save on Anglin. But, Russell should have scored. Nicholson should have scored. And King goal was a goal. So if you take anything positive from that, you could have said, you know what, it should have been 3-2. Right? Because they scored. The second goal was a good goal. The first goal, I still don't know what happened. But let me just say this to you, people, which is this. I don't want people to say, well, Jamaicans are over the top in their emotions, because I've heard 10 times worse with other countries, other clubs, about how people react. When they lose, or things don't go the right way. It happens. It's football. We shouldn't be in it if we're not emotive, right? I understand that emotion got to be controlled sometimes, because when you get too emotional, you can't think straight, and you say things sometimes you regret, right? But you have to understand that in a lot of countries, and somebody just mentioned England, in a lot of countries where football is life, you're affecting people's lives. And a lot of people here are very focused on, this is our best opportunity since the last time we went to the World Cup, 1997. to get to the World Cup. And the whoever believe in God and believe God hands are on things and make decision, even though I'm not in that camp, about that God affects what we do on a day-to-day basis, because then he's a favoritism God, and that don't make no sense to me. But believing that FIFA and CONCACAF anointed Jamaica to go to the World Cup, and we only one could spoil it, well, we put some inroads tonight and try to spoil it. Because we couldn't get an easier zone. I watched Panama yesterday. I watched Haiti play Costa Rica. I watched all these, there are 2 zones, and it's a dog fight amongst all these teams that are very close in talent. Yes, Trinidad is decent. Yes, Curaçao is decent. But given the volume of players that we have out there who could play for us, we have done a poor job of recruiting, which is coming back to bite us. And people may not understand what that means. And people don't want to blame the JFF. But if you know some of the things that I know and heard and seen and people have engaged with, we don't recruit. It's people like Devon Porter, who is not affiliated with the JFF, who goes on his own and pursue people, and sometimes they don't bring them across the line, but they are even approached by him, and the people who know about the players are not the JFF. The JFF get information from people like Cataract who have a database, or maybe Simon who borrowed Cataract database, or maybe Devon who tell them, it's not the JFF knowing these people. Yeah, they have one person in England doing some recruiting, but the inventory of players and players who come in, especially at the more junior level, they don't know and they don't care. So then now we're getting this situation where everybody's desperate to win. Now they want to think about these things, and sometimes it's too late. And then we hear that Rudolph saying is that Curaçao, every single player yesterday wasn't born in Curaçao. They have 60,000 people. Cape Verde, we're going to go to the World Cup. Foreign team, you want to call them? Diaspora team. Morocco, diaspora team. Everybody does it. But we are too prideful. We are too parochial. We don't want to do it. And we're not saying this because we lost the game. We're saying this because it's innate to how we've been operating. And we're also saying a lot of teams getting older, and how are we going to supplement this team with more refreshed, younger players? Where are they going to come from? We have a few in Cephas and Whisper and Karamarti, but we need, and Lembakisa, but we need more. And what we need now is, for Tuesday, is for everybody to support the team. We have had our therapy session. We have cried. Well, now cry. God, I'm saying man, not cry. I mean, can I agree with that? Not telling lie. Show me sick, but I'm not crying thing. We have mourned, and we have felt sorry for ourselves about what happened. But we need to pick ourselves up and get back on the wagon, right? Our hope is that the coaches see the flaws, see the deficiencies, and will make the necessary changes. Our hope is that we can bring some more players on board before it's too late to help us, because we have Bermuda. We got to beat Bermuda first. But if we do, we have another window where we're playing Curaçao and Trinidad, the 2 games that we probably need to win. We have to have the best players available and give those players the opportunity. Last call for the day, and then I'm closing it down. Go ahead.
Morning. You have to stop in your trucks, right?
You ever stop me? No, you don't stop me. Miss stop. You don't stop me. Don't say that. You stop. Right. Miss stop. You don't stop me. Don't say that.
All right.
Go ahead.
Listen, when you say bringing more players, at this point in time, Cranky, I don't really want to hear about more players, because more players mean more changes in the squad. And it doesn't make any sense at this moment in time. You know what I'm saying?
The reason why more players is important, because your squad is not playing any football.
All right. More players in terms of
quality players. Quality players.
All right, listen, as of now, if I'm saying more players who would have already played in the squad or played for the team already, you know what I'm saying?
Robert Morrison, Tyrese Hall, Daniel Johnson, Max Aarons, Tyreek Mitchell.
Well,
all quality. Sorry.
More like Ravel and you know, the one that will play already, in a sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Reason being, at 3 games, well, consider it 2 games, because it's not like anybody coming in for the Bermuda game, right? With 2 crunchy games coming up after Bermuda, Trinidad and Curaçao, right? When you bring in fresh faces, you kind of just like putting up the team to fit somebody in, and that can distort.
I'm gonna stop your presser. You think England thinks about that, presser? Except Tuchel thinks about that. Do you think England thinks
No,
about
but
that?
you see the difference with England now. Better coaches and better players, right?
But I'm talking about
Across-
bringing in better players.
No, but it's across the board, and also a lot of these guys in England, they would have been playing with each other either at club level or through
That's fair.
or through the system from under
That's fair.
15,
That's fair.
etc., etc. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's some form of familiarity, especially if the system is the same through the program. So I'm saying with 2 crunch games coming up, listen, if it's a Mason Greenwood, I think most people, even though them say like them don't want him again, if it's for those 2 crunch games, more than likely they will take him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But other than that, it's like I look at this team, for example, Ian Frey walks in the team. I'm not bashing because him start, but them just throw him in the team like that. At least if it was a Daniel Johnson for me, him kind of know the team in a sense, him kind of know the guys in some sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If it was some of those guys, a Lambert, they have been in the system. So it's just for them to perform. But you're bringing like a Max Aarons now with 2 games left. What you gonna do? Start for Limbikisa? Yeah, I think Max Aarons is a better right back than Limbikisa. But I wouldn't just start him over Limbikisa like that. I wouldn't just start Tyreek Mitchell over Greg Lee or Amari Bell with 2 crunch games.
You wouldn't start Tyreek Mitchell over our left backs?
No, no.
Have you seen Tyreek Mitchell play for Crystal Palace lately? He's playing wing back and scoring goals and putting cross on people's head. Whenever we put a cross on anybody's head, that makes that look good, apart from the last time Nicholas scored on a set piece. Whenever we put a cross from open play on somebody's head, we score. I mean, Tyreek Mitchell, who's playing right now at a certain level. Come on. We in international football, we spend too much time thinking about cohesion and chemistry. I'm sorry, I don't buy that in international football. Club football, yes. International football, I heard Tuchel talking about that. I disagree with him. When the better players come in, it's about who's the better players to me in international football. It's the best team, our best players, and you try to blend them as a team. That's my view. I think Presser drop. You drop on purpose, Presser.
Yeah. No, sir. What may I say?
Go ahead.
It's not that I wouldn't start them cranky. I am saying it's unfamiliar territory. You just see what happened to Ian Frey. Not to say that he was the worst player on the pitch, right? But you're going to Trinidad away from home, and then you're playing at the stadium with a Curaçao team that will be very difficult. And let's be honest, Frankie, our track record at the stadium in recent games, it hasn't been the best.
That's true.
At Savannah Park, fair enough, but at the stadium, teams coming to us play better football than us. So just go with the core of the team that work. I would say the core of the team that worked so far, who has been working, I would say the Tyrese Campbell, the Bailey Kadamateri, the Shamar Nicholson to an extent, right? Isaac Hayden. I have to probably include Casey Palmer because I don't think he'll be dropping him anytime soon. But and probably like a Demar, I agree. I'm not really sure about Leon Bailey as of now because he hasn't really played in the football, so I couldn't really see the coach just be brawling enough to bring back Bailey and just start him on the right hand side. But I probably even start Dix over him. You know what I'm saying? So with the core of the squad, the better ones, they go with those guys in the last 2 games. The better
so one second, Kishan. So who would you start in midfield the next game?
In midfield the next game?
Mm-hmm.
All right, me just tell somebody so we can't go back with the midfielder. So for me, so who start? You have Russell, Ian Frey, and Bobby, right?
Mm-hmm.
Him claims that Bobby played the 6 beside Frey. And him say Hayden. All right, so Isaac Hayden is coming back. So for me, I would start Hayden, Casey Palmer, and Bobby Reid. No. Yeah, Hayden, Casey Palmer, and Bobby Reid.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to play. More than likely, I would want Palmer as beside Hayden, but played a bit more box-to-box role in a sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because at least him have more legs in some sense, and he can just partner good beside Hayden, who will sit back a bit more, and then just leave Bobby as the 10th for kind of just like maintain position. And if he can create 1 and 2 things, then do that. And that's all. Yeah, that's the midfield for me next game.
All right, so no, it's a fair midfield. I think I would accept this coach to start at midfield, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I think because then you have defense with Bobby and Hayden. You have some offense with Bobby and Palmer. It's a better mix. I think Russell gives you offense. I don't think he gives you anything else. No, I think he gives you goal. I don't think he gives you anything else apart from goals.
As bad as Palmer big, if you catch him on the right day, him can at least impact the team in a positive sense if you catch him on the right day.
Well, let's hope it's the right day. Let's hope he. Let's see what happens against Bermuda. But it's not the best barometer to judge how we're gonna play, but it is. Yeah. Appreciate the call.
Who's your front three? You start the same front three?
No. Right off my head now, I would still start Catamarty. I think he wasn't in the game at all, and that was just not his fault. This is gonna sound controversial. I'd probably start Catamarty in the middle, Campbell on the left, and either Dixon or Cephas on the right. Not Cephas, I'm sorry, Dixon or Whisper on the right. I'm not starting Cephas. He's got to be an impact. He's got to be an impact player. He's got to be an impact player.
Dixon or Whisper on the right.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not gonna lie, still, I rate Dixon, but the type of directness that I saw from Whisper, not to say that I've not seen that from Dixon as well. But I kind of like what we see from Whisper yesterday.
Whisper just looked comfortable, I must admit.
Yeah.
He just looked comfortable.
Yeah,
in 10 minutes, which is not a good sample size to judge. I know he's been playing at Chelsea on a tournament. He just looks comfortable. And
but look when you come on, like him get around the fullback easy.
Yeah, man. Just look comfortable, man. Look comfortable.
And he can crush as well.
Him look comfortable. I think Dixon gives you a lot of energy and also mobility. So it's debatable which we'd start. They may still go with Cephas. I'll get Campbell in his natural position. Let's see what he does in his natural position. Because on the right, when he cuts in, he has no left foot, and it showed up really badly yesterday.
Yeah, true.
So, all right. Thanks for the call, sir. No close on the
post.
Yeah.
All
right, people. First of all, I'm going to say this. I appreciate each and every one of you coming out on a Saturday morning in an impromptu show, because I got up at like 8 something and I was on at 9. Did a quick thumbnail, which I didn't think about. And came on, and there were so many people who want to have a conversation. So I truly appreciate you. Thanks a lot for coming on. We are all very disappointed. Right? That's the first thing. But second, all is not lost. We still have a chance to qualify. It's much harder now. I'm sure Curaçao is celebrating, but they still have to come to our house, even though our house has not been the best house for a long time. Gotta come to our house. We gotta go to Trinidad, but we have a more immediate game at Bermuda, which we have to solve and we have to fix and we have to address. So let's focus on Bermuda for Tuesday, and then after that, we can all figure out what should be best. To the coaching staff of Jamaica, I hope you have a game plan for Bermuda, and I hope you're thinking about going forward that a lot of fans are not stupid when it comes to football because they live and breathe it. And I know you go to your formal, structured environment to learn the sport. But you can also listen to people who are not part of your inner circle, because a lot of them do watch, listen, observe, and have good insight. The midfield needs to be addressed. It needs to be enhanced. The team struggle because we can't move the ball from the defense to the midfield. And sometimes the defense go right long because they're not comfortable giving the ball to the midfielders, and or the midfielders don't put themselves in position to get the ball. That's important. So, and let's not say Bermuda is a walkover because they've been scoring goals. I know Trinidad beat them. I know we beat them. I know they got beaten, but they scored 2 goals against Curaçao. And the way we're playing, if we don't mind ourselves because we're missing chances, we may be in trouble. So let's beat Bermuda. Then let's take a step back and focus on next window, getting the best squad to give us the best chance to win. Because next window, we play Trinidad away, Curaçao at home. This is the toughest part of the schedule is next window. We think this window was bad, it's next window. And we have to come with our best team, well-organized, well-structured, everybody on the same page, fans, sponsors, the JFF, the players, and the coaching staff. So thanks for being here. I appreciate you. And hope you have a wonderful Saturday. Last point. I'm going to say this again, people. If you're in New York, tri-state region, you want someone to come this evening, starting 7 o'clock. My soccer team, which is celebrating its 50 years of existence. We lost a couple of our founders more recently. I'm having an event at Nazareth High School in Brooklyn. Tickets are $75. It's a semi-formal event. You can't wear sneakers. You have to wear a suit like me I wear. I'm emceeing the event. It's a fun event. We have great food. We have some politicians there, including Nick Perry, who was former ambassador of Jamaica, the more recent ambassador. We have music, BBQ. We have a play, and we have steel band. So come out, enjoy yourself. Only $75, people. Looking forward to seeing you there. Peace out. and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thanks. Bye. Cranky Life is the best to be now. For the best sports talk and it's free, yo. Cranky Life will be your guiding light by keeping you informed both day and night. Cranky Life, tell them. Cranky Life, heed them. Cranky Life, want them. Cranky Life. From the course to the field, we'll never lose because Cranky has the hottest news. With expert analysis, we break it down. Our in-depth coverage is best in town. Cranky Life, tell them. Cranky Life, heed them. Cranky Life, want them. Cranky Life. Cranky Life, where the sports is spicy and where we keep the discussion lively. Cranky Life, get to know the name because Cranky analysis is never lame. Cranky Life, give me my Cranky Life. I want my Cranky Life. Must have my Cranky Life. Whether it's football or track and field, you know Cranky is at the wheel. So join the journey through victory and defeat and subscribe and don't miss a beat of Cranky Life. Tell them, Cranky Life. Heed them, Cranky Life. Want them, Cranky Life. If you're from England or USA, from Kingston or Bombay, from Kenya or Canada, Lagos or Havana, visit Cranky Life. Tune into Cranky Life. Like up Cranky Life. Subscribe to Cranky Life. Cranky Life coming to you on weekdays. Cranky Life sometimes on Sundays. Pull up a chair and take a seat because Cranky will always bring the heat. Cranky Life. Me say fi tell them Cranky Life. Me say fi heed them Cranky Life. On them Cranky Life. Cranky Life will be around. Cranky Life is the best in town. Me say fi heed them. Me say fi want them. Me say fi heed them. Want them, heed them, want them. Cranky Life. Cranky Life. Heed them. Want them. Heed them. Want them. Cranky Life. Cranky Life. Heed them. Want them. Heed them. Want them. Heed them. Want them. Cranky Life. Cranky Life. Cranky. Heed them. Want them. Heed them. Want them. Heed. Want. Heed. Want. Heed them.